Okay. Well, good to know that we're live, so there will be no more references to penises. Great way to start the stream. Thanks, Spoon. Hello, everybody. We didn't
I drop
stream
slurs
last.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, and in front of all over the place. The
You're muted,
slurs are
by the
being
way,
dropped.
so we're fine. I haven't
Oh,
eaten
okay,
anything, by
you're
the way, so
muted.
I have a.
Well, you
No, I'm
can
not
guess
muted
what he said.
now.
Right, you can infer what Spoon said. It's his favorite.
I
It's
said the
usually
F
it's actually
word.
also fine to say it after like 30 minutes into the stream.
I have
Anywho,
noticed
we didn't stream on.
people drop that word more often now. I've noticed on streams.
Oh yeah, because peak woke is
It
over.
it was so funny about I think about like 3 weeks ago on Flasher stream. Someone got really plastered drunk and said it like 12 times in the space of like 30 minutes, like
Based.
repeatedly. And he said amazingly that stream is still monetized.
Yeah. It's just again peak woke is the high water mark has rolled back. Anywho, we didn't stream on Wednesday, so we're streaming today, and we will be streaming again on Wednesday. So there is a lot to cover. There's so much shit that has happened. Normally, January's kind of, you know, not so active news cycle month, but this January has been nuts. So what we're going to focus on today is mostly what's been happening in Minnesota, including the shooting of Renee Good, which is what my new video will be about as well, and has the title of the stream because I inevitably will end up leaning in on some of the research and the information that I've found about what gets called suicidal empathy. Dr. Gad Sad is about to release a book called Suicidal Empathy. I'm going to beat him to the punch, I think. I think that my video will be out, or at least I'll start putting out videos on it for sure, because I'll be putting out shorts that will be out before Gad Sad drops his book on suicidal empathy. And one of the things that I'm going to contest is the term suicidal empathy. Because, even though I've made it the thumbnail, because suicidal empathy still implies that it's genuine empathy. I don't think it is. And a wealth of psychometric data now also suggests that it isn't genuine empathy. It's tactical empathy. Suicidal implies it's misplaced. My term, well, it's not mine originally, but I think the better scientific term is dark or tactical empathy, because that's closer to what it actually is.
I
So we're going
may
to focus
have,
on that.
I may have misunderstood his intention, but is it possible that he's referring to the collective apparent empathy of a whole civilization suicidally prioritizing empathy over their own good, rather than the individual psychopathic empathy or narcissistic empathy you're talking about?
Very possibly. Dr. Sad is he's in marketing or advertising or something like that, but he comes at things from an evolutionary psych perspective.
Yeah,
so
I think that's what I've known the term to mean. The West is currently undergoing suicidal empathy because it's putting the concerns of foreigners before our own.
But people will apply that to Renee Good, and I understand why. I also see people getting very angry about its application because it seems to sort of remove intent. And one of the things about this story in particular is that, and as it was breaking and unfolding, and as all the footage was coming out, was it kept being like just a litany, one after another, of not even like really fully excuses, but just she was what is it? What was the term that they used? Right? She was a legal observer. She was a poet. She was a mom. She was just dropping off her kids. She didn't even hit him. Okay, she hit him. But she only nudged him a little bit. It just kept going on and on.
Okay, he had internal bleeding, but she still only nudged him a little.
That's where they're at now. This woman, and from the looks of it, we now have pretty good evidence as to who was if she herself was not a narcissist, who certainly was the narcissist in her life who was driving this behavior, and it's her butch lesbian wife. But we'll get into this here in a minute. However, that will be the main topic tonight. I'm not going to get into Greenland. I'm not going to get into Iran. I'm not going to get into a lot of stuff because this whole...
I hope Trump doesn't either.
Well, Starmer's gone 1 inch into Greenland.
Yeah, but they said...
That's because that's all he has.
Yes, the UK sent one guy. Well, if you look at the numbers on that, the
like a Monty Python
the number of servicemen is at levels that have not been this low since the 1700s in the UK. So maybe he only really did have one to spare. The Greenland stuff, though, is I think Trump is doing a little bit of his art of the deals there stuff. And he better be able to pull something off that looks kind of good, because I think not just from polling, but I just the general vibes. People were really unhappy with Trump, and for good reason. So the Venezuela thing seemed to get a lot of people really excited for a couple of days and very annoying. As we covered extensively last stream, that was not the win that people thought it was, and I think people started to wake up to that very quickly, that it was not the win they thought it was. So yeah, Greenland...
Didn't get that same impression.
People, oh god, they were so annoying on Twitter of just like...
Because they were happy for a good reason. That's annoying to you.
They were not happy for a good reason. They were, and you know, because I've talked about this with you, Uzulu.
Yes, I do think that predominantly it was a good thing.
Oh my god.
And Trump did look very good doing it.
So here we have case in point. I'm glad you're here so that we can have an example of it.
Fallout New Vegas is such a bad game.
This is why we need Dank for this conversation.
I know, Dank was based on this. We even had a
former communist, now anarchist. That'll work.
Well, we had a whole Fell for It Again award ceremony last week, and I guess I forgot to give you yours. Well, we actually had a Didn't Fall for It Again award ceremony.
God, it must be so easy to be sitting over there where nothing but perfection is good.
I did not say that. I'm saying be smart about things like, why did Trump just go capture Nicolas Maduro?
Yeah, and all the reasons we discussed, and I still think it was predominantly a good thing.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
It was a win. Lucifer, I don't know if it was really a win.
Aiden, the chat is demanding that you bring your mum on so I can talk to her again.
I was just talking to her earlier today, but she's not going to come on stream. No.
Don't worry, I'll be talking to her again later.
No, you will not.
Just so you know, chat, Aiden's mum and I have been keeping in contact. There's a really nice rapport building, and I think things are going quite well.
Sure thing, Jan. Anywho.
We're not telling Aiden about it yet. We're not telling her about it yet.
Okay.
Promo code SureJan.
Yeah. You're right. Yes. That was great. Now, because you're being rude, let's move on to what I want to talk about first, though. Which is mostly just to annoy you, if you bring up the screen.
Yes, Fallout New Vegas, a game that I've been playing relentlessly recently.
Oh, Spoon, you and I one of the first things that we sort of bonded over was our shared love of New Vegas.
Was it? Oh yeah, I convinced you to stop being gay and stop playing the NCR, and you just went, I simp for this one man relentlessly. And I said to stop being gay. Yes, and I prefer the arch-monarchist who sits in the Lucky 38.
Listen,
Yes.
Spoon, Aiden's brought this topic up to try and make you and I fight, but I think you and I can arm-grabbing meme operate as brothers here. Aiden's reasons for the faction she chooses are so fucking gay and so fucking womanly that I think it's worth repeating.
Well,
Okay,
no,
but
because you should talk this game.
You Uzlu have recently played Fallout New Vegas for the first time, and I'm using
Calling it a
played
game is generous. I mean, it's playable technically.
I'm being generous with saying played. You operated some software, sort of.
Hey, operating software is one of the best things I do.
Oh my god.
I've listened to your playthrough. I am legitimately serious when I say this. I wanted to strangle you just by hearing how much you fucked up playing this game. Like, the fact that you took like 6 hours to get
the
to
only
Prim,
one in that's right.
Yeah, 6 hours to get to Prim. And then just the whole time. Also, didn't
do we really have to relitigate the specifics, Aiden?
Yes,
I've been through it so many times.
Because
the
you
audience
cannot
is
not
so wrong.
go through the tutorial and then say, oh, well, the game is shit.
Oh boy, a tutorial. That sounds like fun.
A tutorial that is
considering it took you 6 hours to get the fucking
And then I went back and did the tutorial, and it was indeed pointless and boring.
It's supposed to get you to understand what the hell you're doing, considering you took 6 hours to get the fucking Prim. The tutorial is for people like you.
I already did understand what I was doing. The reason it took me a long time to get to Prim, yes,
and
I
you
did.
proceeded to never learn over the next
Aiden,
12 hours.
Aiden, I had a different play style, which was less linear than yours. When you tried it, you died way more than I did. So you're just bad at playing that way. Fallout just doesn't support that style of play. And I didn't realize that when I went in. You have to sort of get into the lore, get into the characters, talk to the NPCs, which is just fucking, just have the developer breathe down your neck and learn to love it. It's just not what I want in games.
Yeah, Fallout, the fact that he's saying this about Fallout New Vegas is insane. Of all fucking games, man, the developers are really pushing you down one sort of path or the other of how they want you to
it's a wide
with
path.
NPCs.
It's a wide path, but also, Crisis 1, people think of it as very sandboxy, but it is a wide path. But it's actually fun to play. Fallout New Vegas, the only thing really to enjoy about, because the combat sucks, the only thing really to enjoy about it is the NPC interactions and the story, which I don't really have much interest in the setting. The NPCs didn't really grab me. I wasn't getting immersed.
Because you didn't
talk
to them.
Difficult to get immersed with the NPCs if you don't talk to them. And then
what I did is I talked to them and I clicked about half the dialogue options, the ones that were interesting, and left the ones that seemed to be obvious stuff I already knew. And
that often locked out of quests.
Once I went back to Good Springs as you recommended, exhausted every single dialogue option. There was one quest to fix a fucking radio. Other than that, it was just lore drops that I already knew. It clarified one or two things about the lore, but it was mostly stuff I already knew.
Aren't you supposed to get medical assistance if it lasts for over 4 hours, let alone 6? Insane 12 hours. Yeah, it went on for, you played it, you did 2 sessions.
It was 2 sessions. I think it was maybe more than 12 hours.
Jesus Christ. So
okay, now I need to say something here. The last time I played this game, I did the tutorial just because you get XP doing that. After that, I just wandered. I didn't even go to Prim. Before I even got to Prim, I was level 14.
So that's what I did.
Because, no. You take 6 hours to get to Prim. I take 6 hours to get to level fucking 14. We are not the same thing.
I wasn't going to Prim. I was just exploring. And it's my first time playing, so obviously I don't know where all the bonus goodies are. Also, I was not min-maxing. The only thing I was min-maxing for is my own enjoyment, which comes from finding stuff myself and finding new ways to play the game. Sometimes just breaking it. Not directly, but sometimes it does that. Basically, playing it in such a way that allows me to criticize the game design. And I think that's ultimately what it ends up being. And boy did I find some problems.
Oh my god.
It's quite retarded to say I went to places that I'm not actually designed to be at and then I died and then blaming that on the game.
I did not die. That's the thing everyone gets wrong. It's there's like 6 different simplistic approaches to explaining how I played and all of them are wrong. It's more complex than that. I didn't die. The way I played was a way that you might play in that actual world, a survival style. I didn't die once in all my exploration despite the fact I was new to the game.
Aiden?
You have the most obnoxious playstyle. But in good news, however, Bethesda suddenly marketing New Vegas a lot. Now, New Vegas is the setting of the current season of the Fallout TV show.
Why is he dressed like Benny?
What I have, it's just a AI pick, I think, because gamers rigged from the start. That's probably why.
He's an obnoxious shithead that everyone wants to shoot in the face.
That too. The new season of the Fallout show, which continues to be awful. I highly recommend if you're interested in coverage of it. I've been watching Creetosis, Creetosis, his Fallout videos, particularly covering the TV show and also things with Fallout 4 and problems with it. And speaking of Fallout 4 as well, that one may also be being remastered if this points in a direction that looks quite similar to what they did with Oblivion when they dropped the remaster of that. So Bethesda suddenly marketing New Vegas a lot. Both Fallout 3 and New Vegas are $10 off on Steam. Steam shows a can't review until release error for some people. Searching Fallout says 12 games, but only 10 appear. New Vegas was updated on the Steam DB 3 days ago. Todd is about to shadow drop 2 remasters. I think that's more or less what happened before they just dropped the Oblivion remaster out of nowhere, and also did it with almost no fanfare. It would be now would be the absolute time for them to do it while the TV show is airing and focusing on New Vegas. So,
you know what we could do, Aiden? I could play Fallout New Vegas, the remaster, and then the criticisms would be even more annoying to you because anything the remaster changed, I'll think it was from the original.
Actually, I think you probably should, because it'll probably have dumbed a lot of stuff down. it'll probably be much easier for you to be able
They
to
didn't change
figure out.
They didn't change the gameplay much in Oblivion. But no, if anything, I wanted to be smarter, not dumber.
Well, you got to understand too. Todd Howard, in my opinion, and in everyone's opinion, before we move on, really hates New Vegas. That's why
I have heard
think,
that. Yes,
that's one of the reasons why I think they're sullying it so much in the show, is because Bethesda didn't make New Vegas. Obsidian did.
Yes.
They don't like the fact that
which is why it's a significantly better game.
Yes. Todd Howard and Bethesda overall do not like the fact that the most beloved Fallout game is the one
that they didn't make. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't make Fallout 1 or 2 either. So like they don't like that all of the most beloved games, but including all of the 3D ones, are games they didn't make.
Yes.
So I think actually New Vegas hurts worse than Fallout 1 and 2 being so beloved, because Fallout 1 and 2 are isometric. Very different games. Fallout New Vegas is in Bethesda's engine, using Bethesda's assets. And it's everyone's favorite.
Except not their storytelling. Because
it's just
they didn't have much better writers,
yes. So I think he hates New Vegas and actively likes to shit on it. I can look, Oblivion's a different story. With New Vegas, I would put money down that he's going to normify, and not Todd maybe personally, but that Bethesda will normify and shitify New Vegas. And probably not fix a single bug. It'll be just as buggy and fucked as when it released fucking 12, 15 years ago. But it will have some Bethesda and shitification. I hope I'm wrong, but mark my words on it.
I suspect they've been told by Microsoft, you guys fucked up so badly with Starfield, you are now going to churn out games that are almost guaranteed to turn a profit because there's an untapped market for remakes. And maybe Todd doesn't want to, but honestly, I think with Oblivion, even though they fucked up some things, they were just trying to make money. They were trying to make a game that people would buy and like. They might be faithful with Fallout, but you're right from what I've heard that Todd doesn't like those games. So there might be a hint of bitchiness about the way it's.
I think he particularly doesn't. Apparently, they have officially announced it. That's what East Meets West 91 said. They already announced they're going to shadow drop Fallout 3 in New Vegas. I mean, this was just. I didn't see the official announcement. I just saw this. I mean, it seems pretty clear that's what's going on. And then don't be too quick to glaze Obsidian. Because of how much they went down the tubes. Says Sir Squatch. Yeah, I know. Obsidian did really go to shit. But Fallout New Vegas is a great game. At the time, they were a good studio. Eldritch Lockover 10 says, how much do you think people's decisions can be determined by utilizing economic preference and master-slave mentality? I'm assuming it's 60% minimum.
That's quite high.
Economic preference, a lot. Economic preference,
really?
A lot. And I would say so. I mean, most preferences are revealed preferences that take the form of economic choice. I think that, utilizing economic preferences, I think is actually very good. Master-slave mentality, I don't know if it's the terms I would use for it. I think it's probably more dominant, subservient. I think that's also a lot. I mean, that's a lot of people's behavior as well, as whether people are maybe more outgoing, extrovert. I mean, it's one of the big 5 personality traits, extroversion, which doesn't completely align with master-slave, but it kind of gets there. There's also social dominance orientation, which is a metric. Social dominance orientation, and this might be what you're getting at, actually. Social dominance orientation is heavily correlated with being a conservative. So if you're talking about like 2 types of people, kind of, left versus right as being broad generalizations, well, social dominance orientation is a major correlate for conservatism. So yeah, maybe. I think that's 60%, probably in the ballpark, yeah. Mordegon, thank you to Spoon for his opinion this morning. What was your opinion this morning, Spoon?
I don't know. What are we talking about? This morning, I have many opinions. What
was your last video on, maybe?
Stupidity of
Did you
women?
stream today?
No.
Did you stream early? Oh, okay. Maybe yesterday?
Is it one on Twitter, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Were you on a Twitter stream?
No. I'm wondering what was the opinion?
You don't have to leave another super chat, Mordegon. But if you type in the chat, I'll look for it. Ram Bam for £10 says, recently saw a picture of young Elvis and Marilyn Monroe on a motorbike in a post-apocalyptic wasteland and immediately thought it should be a DLC for Fallout. Yeah, that seems fun. That would be fun. Was it on Flashcast, maybe? Your opinion or your... maybe that was it.
But I still don't recall what I said. I pissed off the whole chat because one person in particular had a go at me for being anti-American.
Oh, okay.
I have European genetics and I'm in a BRICS country. So yes, I'm going to be against you for just purely economic reasons. Also, you
there you go. It goes back to the hypothesis. How much of it is economic preference?
Well, that and America is currently going completely insane and tariffing everyone that disagrees with them, which is
10% tariff on France, UK, Netherlands. Most of Europe is getting a 10%. Is it 10% or 25%? I think
it's 20 to 25. I think it was 20%.
Let me double check.
I think one can operate their geopolitical opinions on the basis of something slightly longer term than just what country am I in. The 10% tariff on European countries, including my own, does kind of make sense. And the US's policy of tariffing a bunch of different countries to try to resettle things to a better world order. Hell, I'll take Trump's pet world order over what we have now.
I would think
it's 10% tariff to start on February 1st. It's Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the UK, Netherlands, and Finland.
I think it's everyone who's resisting him on Greenland.
Purchasing Greenland, yeah.
Yeah, I believe we've sent one person, and that may be the extent of the resistance.
One dude. Yeah. One dude.
Well, if you...
So I was wondering, how the hell do you send a squad of one person? Even the logistics guys would be more than that. But I believe the reason is it was a pan-European squad where one of them was British, which is a weird way of doing it.
And that one guy, though, luckily most of Europe also speaks English to some extent. But he was the only dude there. He didn't even have anyone to talk to. All right. Let's move into the big story, and there's so many now intertwining factors related to this that's going to pretty much dominate this stream. This
particular woman, but at first I could understand why the right looks bad, but the more I see how obnoxious this woman is and everyone else around her, my sympathy for the optics is starting to wane. Yeah, and I'm just getting more annoyed.
Look, I don't think it's a good look, nor do I think it's appropriate.
It's not a good look for anyone, let's put it that way.
No, it's not.
Everyone just looks retarded.
At the end of the day, a white woman with 3 children is dead. Now, she was a lunatic, it seems. But that doesn't mean she deserves to be dead. She should never have been in that position in the first place. In a functional society, she wouldn't be in a weird lesbian relationship where she apparently was heavily her butch wife heavily pushed her towards this kind of action and was more of the activist than she was.
Homosexuality.
Well, this woman had 3 children with a man who died, and she has spent the last 3 years in what seems like an insane political lesbian relationship. There were all kinds of rumors, though, that ended up spreading around her that were trying to make the narrative more what the right wanted it to be, which is...
She cray-cray?
That it was they started saying that her lesbian wife was putting out cigarettes on the kids. There ended up being no evidence of that. But what there was evidence of is that this woman was also not innocent in this. Because the left had to immediately jump to claim she didn't do nothing. They made her George Floyd. But once the body cam started to come out...
Martyrdom is getting... Yeah.
Yeah. Now they were...
The attempts at it,
curiously, she's not a very good martyr. And it's not even because she doesn't... she's done...
It's because she's a white woman.
Things that... Yes, it's not because she put herself in that situation. It's not because she actually did hit the ICE officer. They straight up admit... It's hard to care about a white woman. As the right, we should care that a white woman and mother is dead and not be gleeful about it because...
God, she was not a good mother, though.
Yeah, I agree.
She lost custody of 2 of her kids. That is almost impossible to do in the United States, for a woman to lose custody. We don't know why. But something really bad had to happen there for her to lose custody.
Yeah, Elon pointed that out as well. Considering how stacked the courts are in favor of women, to get that reaction, you must have done something really fucked up.
Now, again, there's no evidence of the putting out the cigarettes or whatever. That was a rumor that was circulated online. But it could be worse because you have to do something really bad as a woman. The court system it's one of those things where good intentions maybe initially, really bad outcomes. The court system vastly favors women in custody cases. But in a just world, in the kind of world that conservatives are supposed to be trying to conserve, Renee Good would not be in a political lesbian relationship where she felt compelled to have to go fuck with ICE officers in the street after dropping off her kid at daycare. Or she should be at home with her child, not with the child at daycare or school, or I think the child's 6, so they might be in first grade, or maybe not first grade, but kindergarten. She should be at home with a husband. That's the tragedy of it, is all women are a little crazy, okay? In a normal, functioning society, her craziness would be dealt with in a functional way, right? That's why I'm not celebrating it, and why I don't think anybody should. I don't think it's anything. I was disgusted when people celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not celebrating this woman's death. She was an idiot.
Yeah,
but she's a woman.
I feel that's where the distinction is drawn. Is Charlie Kirk was just sitting there talking to people and he was shot, whereas this woman was stupid enough to drive over someone that's in front of a fucking car.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot.
But that's sort of where people go, yeah, okay, this is where the two are very different. That would be one. One is assassinated, one's a product of being a moron.
I agree. I do agree they're different. She did a little fafoing, but I'm not going to celebrate it either way.
Indeed, not just a moron, as you say, Fafo. She was a violent moron. I mean, the moron part, you correct, Spirit, that comes from not realizing, oh God, it's real life. And me playing the game of fighting ICE is actually going to get me killed.
Yeah, I mean, it is a game to them, I think.
That just baffles my mind. Is you just look at you realize I cannot, even from an ideological perspective, I cannot understand how you can be so warped to go into any area where there's multiple men who outweigh you by several hundred pounds.
Who are armed.
And they have state power.
And think, I'm going to fuck with them.
What are you doing?
More insane, Spoon? You don't mix it more insane, Spoon? These people have been yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs for decades at this point that all cops are bastards and all they want to do is kill you. And then you surprise Pikachu face. Wait a minute, someone got killed by a cop that she was fucking with?
Yeah, you pointed that out. That was pretty good. We hate cops. They're going to kill people. What am I going to do? Go and fuck with them. It's like, dude, that's the kind of shit. Once you said that, I went, oh yeah, I'm starting to just... That alone made me go, I have suddenly a lot less sympathy. Thanks for that, Aiden. Because that was, I didn't even think about it from that way. And
again, she's George Floyd. She is so much George Floyd. I'll get into it here in a minute. Her family has hired the same attorney that apparently represented, or the Floyd estate or whatever that fought that case. It's the same attorney. So yes, she's George Floyd. And by the way, from my understanding, where she was killed was about 2 miles away from where George Floyd died. It's Minneapolis. Yeah, it's Minneapolis is like this. And one thing that this has done is that I think Tim Walz in particular really, really, really wanted to use this to draw attention away from the many and mounting Minnesota fraud scandals. And he's had to walk back a little bit because he was getting crazy for a couple days. And the thing is that it didn't do anything. Nick Shirley released another video on Minnesota fraud, and it's still being uncovered. So it did less, I think, maybe for a couple days it drew attention away from the fraud. But it's really a compounding factor. It's like, not only is this city's crazy, is what it looks like. All eyes are on Minneapolis and Minnesota as a result, and continue to be. I don't think it actually managed to distract from the fraud. And if you start to see it doing that, which I think main ire of it is already over. Again, they don't want to go out and riot for her because she was white. They want to go out and riot, and they're going to use it as an excuse, but they don't want to riot for her the way they did for George Floyd. Let's see. Eldritch Saga for 10 says, I was thinking about it from Nietzsche and applying it to the Old and New Testament, and that the derivative faiths and societies, but figured it's mostly from Frankfurt School influence than faiths. You're referring to the master-slave mentality and the economic preference stuff. Yeah, it probably, maybe. I think that it's more deep underlying psychology than it is Frankfurt School influence. There's actually something to that I think is like deep psych stuff than it is faiths or Frankfurt School influence. But I don't know. I'd be interested in looking into that more. Again, I think the social dominance orientation is probably, and that's a personality trait. That might be where that's at. Mordegon for five says, I sent Spoon the tweet by Angelo Plume regarding how American attitudes may change as U.S. demographics change. Was that's regarding what you said that was apparently based?
Yeah, that actually was a good. I didn't know who the person was, and then I saw that they followed me. I'm like, oh, okay. They made an interesting comparison with how Americans look at Europe. It's the fact that both the left and the right in America despise Europe just for different reasons. And the crop of people that will take over the United States once the European population dies down is going to have that exact same resentment, just more even amped. So just be prepared. Like whatever hatred you get from America now, it's going to get worse with demographics.
True. Yes, and it will. It will. Wolf to Mexico for 10 says, it should be stated even in non-political encounters, women are god-tier experts of fafoing because they operate under the delusions of strength brought about by the tolerance of men. Absolutely. There's a lot of psych stuff going on here. I'm going to cover it in my video, and I'm going to start making shorts on that fairly soon.
Let me add to the
comprehensive.
Let me add to the psych list by saying that I think a large part of the motivation is, especially with low IQ people, but especially with women, the main motivation for anything is what's normal to them.
Yes.
You've got what's normal, what's true, and what's powerful. Three broad groups of motivations.
Social capital is the most important thing for women, yes.
For women and for low IQ people, and definitely for her, what's normal for her, what's socially acceptable is way more important than what's true. What's true is that fucking around may lead to finding out. What's normal is, ooh, look, if I sing and dance and beat my horn and get in the way, I'll get lots of good boy points from my white leftist friends.
That's social capital. That's social capital.
All that she was thinking in terms of motivation.
I'll tell you what I have discovered, and I think is unquestionable in the data, is where that comes from. It is not empathy. I mean, these people do experience empathy. They know if you can't experience empathy, you can't be very good at weaponizing empathy or using it tactically, which is why I think the key variable here is narcissism. Narcissism is strongly correlated to a factor called dark empathy. And what dark empathy is, or tactical empathy, is that exact thing I just described. The ability to you have empathy so that you can simulate other people's emotions in your head, but you use that ability for personal gain. And you might say, well, why the fuck would a narcissist ever want to put themselves in harm? The narcissist isn't thinking about that. They're so awesome, they can't imagine that anything bad would ever possibly happen to them because they're so cool. They're so great. As a result,
thank you, but
I'm not talking. Well, you are a narcissist too, but they don't model that far. They just think all they're thinking about is all of the goody social points they're going to get for doing it. That is narcissism. It's textbook narcissism.
I think, Aiden, you're completely right about that. And yeah, you could just fucking list some mental illnesses and she's got them. However, part of it is also that's just normal. Because I think the structure of society roughly is truth is important to society for long-term reasons. Power is important to society for more proximate, but also some long-term reasons. They're both very useful. But then normality is what the bulk need to focus on. They need to focus on sticking to the plan because they're not really equipped to change the plan. And so anyone with an IQ, especially lower than sort of 100, maybe 95, their main motivation above everything else is what are other people doing? How can I align with them while still being useful? And evolutionarily, makes perfect sense why that would be the case. I don't lament it, though it's certainly lamentable in some cases individually. But on a large scale, I don't lament that. But it's both of what we just said, yes. In her case, it's more extreme because of the mental illnessy.
Well, I'm not sure if it's mental illness. Richard Phillips said the term narcissistic is thrown about a bit too much. We're all narcissists of a certain degree. Exactly. Everyone is a little bit of a narcissist. It's inevitable. Narcissism is, I'm not talking about clinical narcissism. What I'm talking about is subclinical narcissism. It's a dark tetrad trait, meaning pretty much everyone's got one or the other or all four of them to greater or lesser degrees. They're Machiavellianism, neuroticism, the new one that they've added is sadism, but sadism is almost indistinguishable from the other one, which is psychopathy. They're really hard to distinguish. It's why a lot of people want to use the dark tetrad, but I think it's kind of erroneous. And then, of course, narcissism. Everyone's got some Machiavellian traits, more or less, greater or lesser degrees, or some psychopathic traits to greater or lesser degrees, which is low affect. Or maybe even some sadistic traits, narcissistic traits. And yeah, everyone has to look out for number one, so of course you're always going to get some level of narcissism. What I'm describing is not pathological narcissism. It's subpathological, subclinical. So it's just a trait that people tend to have to greater or lesser degrees. Rambam for 3000 for £5 says, Black women have literally been saying, don't say your name. Yes, because that's our term. It's not for white women. Yes, they've been doing that too. Yeah. I've got that clip from that one black woman. I'm sure you saw it, Spoon, where she just outright says this is N behavior. Crazy.
Oh, the black chick? That every single white dude suddenly wants to fuck just because she said the N-word repeatedly?
I know, and not in the way that they normally do. So it's
kind of cringe. Like, you guys, you can appreciate a woman without wanting to fuck her. I mean, it's really gay.
True. So this is CNN's framing. Mother of three who loved to sing and write poetry, shot and killed by ICE in Minneapolis. This came out on the 10th. It just talks about, how 37-year-old citizen killed by ICE shot into her vehicle during an encounter. Her ex-husband said she just dropped off her 6-year-old son at school when she encountered the ICE agents. The victim tried to weaponize her vehicle to run over an over an ICE vehicle. Yeah, near the ICE vehicle. What?
Ads. Aidan, I've got another article from CNN here, in the same vein as the one you're reading now. Well-respected Austrian painter and war hero savagely forced to kill himself in underground bunker.
Yeah. I don't know why
tragedy of humanity that day.
I must not have an ad blocker installed on this. Anywho, she had a good but hard life. So you get this just moving, a very welcome member of the community.
Jesus.
Devoted mom, Christian, loves to... I know the ads are insane on this. It's CNN, of course it is.
Here, that is.
Shooting scene became sighted visual, except it kind of didn't, CNN. There were a couple things that were put up, but people just acted in rage about this online.
CNN is trying so hard to keep this in the cycle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And this is from, people again, just this is from last
week. It's from a week ago. Sorry, go ahead, Spin.
No, I'm just saying that this, you can really tell that this is the angle that they're trying to push. They're trying to keep this in the news cycle. Yeah, because everything in the news cycle dies within about 72 hours. Oh, God, I so want to make a joke based on just that premise.
Am I making ribs? Apparently it wants me to. So here's the... look, there's tons of footage of it that came out. The initial footage that was released, I could kind of see maybe why people thought she wasn't in the wrong. But they've moved the narrative at this point so many times. They've moved their position on it. It's very difficult to even remember now where it started. But I remember most of it, so I've got most of them written down here of what the narratives were. So the footage that I think is most important to see, of course, is that this is the footage that was from the officer himself. So she's smiling.
Like a condescending bitch.
very happy. She doesn't. Now the narrative was she was terrified. She was, and I bought it at first from the original footage because you couldn't see her face or anything. Where I thought,
shit.
oh, she's having a woman. She had a woman moment. She panicked. She can't control her car properly. Again, this is related to the woman moment thing. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She freaked out and accidentally looked. She wasn't trying to. I thought that it was a logical sort of conclusion. And then this video came out and put that absolutely to rest.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
They also they've been clipping that and quoting that a lot of, that's fine, dude, I'm not mad at you. As if you have, like, they learn to quote it without playing the actual clip, so you can hear the sarcastic, smug tone of voice it's set in. You know? Yeah, I'm not mad at you, dude. She's about to try and run him over with her car.
On your face.
And do it.
That's okay, we don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to
Again,
us
that's
later.
admitting to a crime, I'm pretty sure.
She says that we don't change our plates every morning, to be fair.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll stand up in court.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a weird
I'm pretty
thing
sure
to
she's
say,
lying anyway.
Well, yeah, apparently they weren't near where they actually live. They did drive out of their way to go here. Like, they knew what they were doing. That was the other thing, is that she was just dropping off her kid at kindergarten. No, they went out of their way to drive over here. Maybe she dropped off her kid at kindergarten first. I mean, she did. But they weren't just driving home or something. They specifically planned to do this. Apparently, she had been at these things before. They had been at these things before. She more or less intimates it there, is that next time we'll have the same ones. So they're going to do it again. And that, of course, is her butch lesbian wife.
Citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch.
It really is fafoing. You want to come at me, bro? Come at me, bro.
By the way,
Go ahead.
this woman pissed me off more than the chick behind the car.
Oh, for sure.
Because just that kind of attitude, I kept hearing a quote from Bernie Mac where he said, "If a kid is 1 year old, I believe you have the right to hit him in the throat or the stomach. If you're grown up enough to talk back, you're grown up enough to get fucked up." And if I mean, look at just that behavior, if you were a child and you spoke like that to an adult, you'd get the shit kicked out of you.
Remember, these people are out here protesting because they ostensibly think ICE are the Gestapo.
They're also retarded.
Does she seem scared? No.
No.
They're smiling. They're laughing.
They're being complete
They're saying,
twats,
she's
yes.
saying, come at me.
See,
The people who killing cops and law enforcement just kills people haphazardly all the time.
See, this is what I hate about this kind of shit, because I look at this and go, is ICE doing an objectively state sort of sanctified activity? And the answer is yes. Like, what ICE is doing is what literally every state would do. Like, it is not by any means some, outside of
It's
state
not
norms.
optional dictators
Yes, yeah,
preference.
exactly.
You're quite right. It is one of the foundational obligations of a state.
Absolutely. And one thing that I hate about this is that whenever something like this happens, the onus is always on the fucking person that pulled the trigger. And I'm looking at this like, the woman who did this, you were the one who went there, fucked with ICE, disobeyed an order, and then had someone stand in front of the fucking car, and then you rode them over. Like, at what point during that sequence of events do you go, maybe I'm in the wrong here, and if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have been shot? No.
Well, they had to lie about every aspect of it.
But that's the thing. It's that one little sliver where all of the attention, like all of the fucking focus is on what the cop did wrong, and never what the fucking retard did to get shot. That's the bit that fucking pisses me off.
I think the narrative they've landed on after trying all of them is, well, he should never have been standing in front of the car.
And she shouldn't have put her foot on the fucking pedal.
Excuse me? He shouldn't have been standing in front of the fucking car. If that really is your excuse, if that's he deserved it, he was the one fafoing because he was standing in front of her fucking car. I want to know, I guess that means that it's just legal now and okay and acceptable and morally all right to run over leftists when they protest on highways.
I mean, in some states that actually, in some states that is fine. Yeah.
In Florida, it is
which
now.
I endorse, by the way. If you're stupid enough to stand in front of moving fucking traffic and you get hit by a car, that's Darwin. That's not a crime.
Yeah, it is also different.
That's gene pool cleansing.
There's
what that
cars
is.
that are already moving. Her car, she's been there for hours or something. At least for a while, she'd been there. Maybe not for hours, but she'd been there for some time, and she was, according to witnesses, we'll see in a minute, the main person leading the protest. She had her car jackknifed in the street so that the officers couldn't move. They needed to get her out of the fucking way to do their job. So him standing in front of the car that was not moving, by the way, he did not stand in front of a moving vehicle until she decided to start moving it. So that whole, should have been in front of it, that's against proto. Okay. If that's where we're at, is he was asking for it. Yeah, it's pretty weak.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Drive, baby, drive. You can hear her say. She reverses. Now, there's also claims that maybe the car slipped on ice. It doesn't look like it. It may have a little bit. She may have.
Well, looking at the footage, I think you pointed this out. We watched it on my stream. She turns the wheel left towards this guy.
Yes.
Starts accelerating. The wheel skids, then turns it right away from him. If she had got traction on that first run, he might have been hit much worse.
Yes.
What I will say, slightly in their defense, is butch lesbian woman probably didn't see that he was in front of the car when she said that, or may not have done. So I don't think she said that with murderous intent. I think she said that with trying to get away from the situation.
This is the officer's perspective. This is the officer's
perspective. The woman in the car could see it, no doubt there. But the butch lesbian may not have known that he'd walked in front of the car. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's just it looks
Wasn't she
real
next
bad.
to the window saying that?
Yeah, she was getting into the car.
Yeah, so then she obviously saw the person in front of the car.
She must have known the guy was in front of it.
On the timing, I'm not sure if she would have seen him walking in front of the car. Do you go back go back, watch from here. She's already turned around. Yeah, she's already turned around and looked away before he walked in front of the car.
That's true.
That's the only thing I'm saying. It's just I don't think she said that with murderous intent. That's all I'm saying.
People were saying they were just trying to escape. I don't know if she was trying to hit this guy or not. I don't.
The woman in the car may actually have been. Yeah.
I think it's difficult to say for sure whether she was not there to just drop off her kid at school, that she had already done that. That narrative all falls apart. Whether or not she was actually trying to kill this guy, I don't know. And the reality is that it's too difficult to say because her actions, regardless of whatever she intended, look like she was trying to kill him. Or at least seriously injure him by hitting him with her car. People have also pointed out that this officer was hit by a leftist, was hit by a car, like 6 months prior.
In the past.
I'd seen that, yeah.
So, and these people do that.
I'll be right back, just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Get out of the car.
And that's the other thing.
I'm not gonna lie. Just
fucking bitch.
Yeah, and then you just hear the plowing into the pole. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny. Just the timing and the noise sync is just chef's kiss beautiful. That's
it's another thing that they've really focused on though, that they've latched onto, is that he deserved to die because he called her a bitch. And it's it's so insane. It's okay, so by these people's logic, if you call someone a bitch, you deserve to be run over. It's absolutely bizarre. They don't have any good narrative for this story.
No,
and I think, like
really
I said, the one
dumb.
they're stuck with is, well, he shouldn't have been in front of the car. It wasn't moving. Her butch wife got in, said, "Drive, baby, drive," and drove towards him, whether or not she intended to. And if you're that officer in that split second, you have to imagine that your life is at risk. These people are confrontational. They've shown themselves to be just seconds earlier.
What a godlike marksman, though. He's being hit by a car, literally diagonal, falling over. Manages to hit 3 shots, pretty well clustered, one in their head.
Yeah. He's experienced. They're now showing so many videos of what happened in Minneapolis, and they debunk every single leftist narrative about this shooting. So, Renee Good was gleefully danced in her car, to her car horn while blocking the road as ICE vehicles tried to get past. Her lesbian partner talked shit to ICE. ICE demanded she get out of the car because she was obstructing. That's also, she was given a lawful order at that point to get out of the car. Ignored the order. Renee's partner yelled, "Drive, baby, drive." Renee accelerated into an ICE agent who fires back in self-defense. So here's some other, whoops. Angles. That's her dancing along with her car horn. So she's not dropping her kid off at school. She was there to participate in this fucking protest. Obviously, and like I said, you can see there also that how the car is perpendicular in the road, blocking traffic. It's another angle. No! There were other leftoids screaming at it. You can again see the car.
The one screaming shame was just so bizarre.
I know, the screaming shame
It was just like a megaphone that gone off. It just got stuck. I'm like, why are you screaming that over and over again? You look fucking deranged.
You're lying, of course, no matter how many coordinated propaganda accounts spew nonsense. Won't change the fact she never accelerated into an officer. Yeah, she did, and she hit him. She did hit him. You can hear the car hit him.
Yes, and you can also see it on like a third video.
Yeah. I thought I had another one. I thought I had that one, but this is the one I have. There's another video where you can see. I think I have it later.
See him hit with the car. Do. So
I've got it. I've got that clip later. I have the leftist narratives here. She was illegal, but she was just a legal observer. She was a legal observer. They all started to. It's so crazy when you can see their groupthink activate. So they all wanted to use.
Legal observers don't sit behind fucking cars.
She wasn't just an observer. She was an active participant. But you can see all these accounts. Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Maxine Dexter, Ed Krasenstein, of course, The New Republic, California Endowment, Care National, Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs, Rep. Nadler, all use the term legal observer. That is a legal term. Via the National Lawyers Guild Legal Observer Program, like some report, she was not a member of this Legal Observer Program, like some reports state. This would be incredibly damning. There is no designation with any legitimate authority. The National Lawyers Guild is the legal arm of Antifa and funded by George Soros. The NLG provides funds to bail out Antifa terrorists/rioters while also documenting police brutality. She would have been paid to be there to obstruct federal authorities. I don't know about that, but it is actually like a term that people use, and it's specifically this Antifa group that uses it. She was not an observer, though. She was an active participant, as we saw. She was blocking the street. She was there, honking her horn and dancing along, causing obstruction of the road. That is not observing. Now, as you saw in the CNN article, she was described as a poet. I thought we'd read one of her poems. Learning to dissect fetal pigs. I've donated Bibles to thrift stores, mashed them up in plastic trash bags with an acidic Himalayan salt lamp. Those post-baptism Bibles, the ones plucked from street corners from the meaty hands of zealots, the dumbed-down, easy-to-read, parasitic kind.
Oh god, that is
There's
a lot
your
of
poetry.
projection, that fucking sentence. Wait, that's a poem?
That's a poem, Spoon.
It reads more
Get
like
cultured,
a diary page. It reads like a diary pages with missing text.
It's just poetry. Are you not
Is
impressed?
It? No,
Allegedly.
I'm not.
Allegedly, that's poetry. And so even in her poetry, she talks about how she likes to destroy Bibles because she hates Christians. You know? It seems like a very lovely, lovely woman. Manny Yutsushinai for 5 says, it never ceases to amaze me how much pain and suffering could be avoided by not playing stupid games to win stupid prizes. I know.
Yeah, that's very
true.
And
again, they should know this. They think all cops are bastards. That's your slogan. So why do you go and fuck with cops? If they're bastards and you think they're going to shoot you over nothing, if you think they're going to step on your throat and kill you over nothing, over, just some drugs or whatever, just a $5 counterfeit bill or whatever it was.
Turns out they might kill you if you try and run them over with a fucking car.
Yeah. She was a paid protester. Her partner admitted it. I'd not seen that. Was she being paid? I'll look into that.
Well, if she was, she won't be now.
Well, a lot of them are. I don't know. I think a lot of them lie about that because they think it's demoralizing. A lot of them are paid, but I think a lot of them also lie about it because they think it's demoralizing for other people to know that they're being paid to be out there and be annoying.
Like the one that spoke to Laura Ingraham?
Was she a paid... Yeah. Let's see. Was she a paid protester?
I'm getting paid right now. Like, yeah, we're not surprised about that.
Minneapolis stalk reveals, was she? Hang on. Paid protester. There we go. I didn't see this one. There's so much about this stuff that's come out. So I missed that one. Here we go. Was Renee Good a paid protester? New Minneapolis stalk reveals anti-ICE views. Renee was fatally shot. We got that. Let's see. Is soon revealed a mother of three, active member of the school's her son's school community, serving the board of a small charter school that had shared materials encouraging parents. Oh, I saw this part. To observe ICE activity and take part in nonviolent protest. Records reviewed by CNN show that Good, who joined the board of Southside Family Charter School, was linked through school documents to broader community efforts aimed at monitoring immigration enforcement. Federal officials have said the connections are essential to their review of the shooting, which occurred when Good partially blocked an ICE operation with their SUV. However, nothing's conclusive. Legal experts, however, told CNN the materials outlined long-established nonviolent civil disobedience practices rather than resembling extremism or violence. Of course they did. One document dated December 16th entitled School Report thanked families who participated in ICE Watch efforts and framed the activity as a way to protect neighbors. The message listed on the agenda of a school board meeting that Good attended linked, to like the school she sends her kid to is like an insane leftoid DEI charter school. Linked a separate training guide that encouraged nonviolent responses, including using whistles to alert neighbors and refusing to cooperate with ICE requests. Training document included sharp language criticizing ICE, stating, ICE are untrained bullies looking for easy targets. Oh, the irony. The fucking narcissist prayer, right? Every time. Neighbors showing up have saved lives. Another guide emphasized nonviolence while encouraging creative tactics, such as using crowds, noise, and traffic to slow enforcement actions. It did not explicitly call for blocking ICE vehicles with personal cars yet, because that's illegal. So, she may have been paid, from the sound of it. She was certainly involved with this stuff, and she wasn't just showing up at random. She didn't just happen to get caught on her way dropping her kids off, coming home from dropping her kids off at school. She may very well have been being paid. I hadn't seen confirmation of that. This is the one that mentions it though, and I did of course hear about some of that stuff there, about that pamphlet that she had been involved in this for a long time, and the school was involved.
Main car leading.
This was someone who was there at the scene, and what they had to say about it.
They clearly wanted her out of there because she was the main car leading the protest, is my understanding. I talked to another guy.
Yeah, so she wasn't just driving home. She was the main car leading the protest.
Who was driving behind her, but she was very successful in blocking traffic. She was doing what she was set out to do, and so they wanted to get her the hell out of there. Yeah.
So it looked like she was impeding ICE vehicles.
Definitely, yeah. Okay. That was her goal.
This is just someone who was their opinion. But it certainly seems like, that whole narrative that she was just innocently caught by these ICE Nazis doesn't hold any fucking water. From not just the personal reports and accounts, but the obvious video evidence. This is the other one. So this is, of course, she was just dropping her kids off at school. No, she wasn't doing that. She didn't even hit him. This was a narrative for a while, too. She didn't even hit him. Here's another video where you can see it quite clearly. Yep. I'm sorry. She didn't even hit him, did she? Because this was it. Right. Come on. Yeah. She obviously fucking hits him. So they had to drop this narrative. Right? ICE, and here's a published by the Washington Post. ICE agent was not in the vehicle's path when he fired the fatal shot, video shows. Does it? Does it? When can I open this? There we go. Does it show he wasn't in the path? Really? Nope. He was clearly in the fucking path. Sorry, that one collapses too. And then it was, okay, she hit him, but it was just a little love tap. Just a little love tap, right? It barely hit him. She nudged him. Well,
yes,
he says he suffered internal bleeding.
I love tapping people with a fucking car. That really shows affection.
Right? Yeah, right. Immigration's Customs Enforcement agent who fatally shot Renee Good last week in Minneapolis, Jonathan Ross, suffered internal bleeding to the torso following the incident, according to two U.S. officials briefed on his medical condition. Now, they've been quick to point out that, bruising is technically internal bleeding. I also don't know what's meant by internal bleeding, but I can certainly tell you that he got fucking hit. And when he shot her was when she fucking hit him. At that point, you have to wonder, I mean, like, to be honest, if you shoot and kill her, foot might be on the gas and you continue to die.
Have you ever considered
You
not hitting someone with your car? Especially when they're armed and pointing a gun at you.
Yeah. The car itself, the car is a deadly weapon. It is absolutely a deadly weapon. And then
so
more
was
stuff
a
started
gun
to come
pointed
out.
at your noggin.
It is. He met that, she was armed with a deadly weapon. And so was he. So, yeah, she used a violent weapon against this guy. He responded in kind. That's how that works, you know? Sorry. But that's how that just fucking works.
Again, no point you stop and go, does it ever occur to me that I shouldn't be doing this? I shouldn't get in a car. I shouldn't try and block federal agents from doing their job. I shouldn't try and block federal agent armed to the teeth like fucking Rambo. And then just go, yeah, you're not going to deport illegal people that have been scamming the shit out of everyone else around here. Like, what fucking world do you live in?
There's been some research on this that shows that leftist activists in particular tend to engage in identity fusion with outgroups. When they engage in identity fusion with outgroups, that's groups to which they are not a part, so she's not an illegal immigrant. Although they did move to Canada for a while to escape from Trump's America, but have since moved back, from my understanding. When people's identities are fused with outgroups, groups which they are not members, they are more likely to say that they are willing to fight and die and kill for the cause of the outgroup that they're fused with. This woman's identity is fused with people who would rape her. I'm just going to be completely fucking honest. Let's be real about it. And we'll get to it, because a lot of the people that... I think the person that they were arresting or looking to arrest in this situation was a sex offender.
Okay.
And if it's not this one, a lot of them are.
Of course.
If she were in a room alone with a whole bunch of the migrants she has a fused identity with, she would have been raped. And that's the suicidal part of the empathy that people talk about. Yeah. So this came out. Her father-in-law, which is this guy her butch wife's? I don't think he is. I think this is the father-in-law of her deceased husband.
About this, when you talk about the confusion, and you've been open, obviously, about your support for the president, when you look at the videos of what happened, and I'm sure they're very hard for you, Timmy, to watch if you've even been able to, but the Deputy Attorney General says that the Justice Department doesn't believe that there's evidence to back a criminal investigation, right? And nothing about charges or anything like that, just an investigation into what happened in terms of the ICE agents' actions. But they were, according to the prosecutors resigning today, pressuring them to investigate Renee's actions and Becca, her wife's actions. How do you feel about all that?
It's also so fucking annoying that her butch lesbian's wife name is my name. Spelled differently, though. Spelled differently.
Oh my God, it was you!
It was me! I was the butch lesbian all along.
Yeah, I always knew.
No, I'm not blaming anybody. I mean, it's a hard situation all the way around. It's hard for the...
Yeah, father of her late husband. We also don't know anything about his death.
McDonald.
I had seen it thrown around online that he killed himself. I have not been able to confirm that, because I did look into it.
The odd situation, like, obviously I can't confirm either, but at least worth looking into, the odd situation of they have children, he kills himself, she quite quickly gets with a lesbian, loses the children. I don't know, like, could be something to that.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I think she has more than one baby daddy. I think that...
She does.
So,
She does,
yes,
yes.
right, I got it. So the two children
second
are
one,
older.
I
They're
think,
like
died.
17 and 15 or something like that. They're older. The one that's 6, that's the one that this guy... That's the 6-year-old's grandfather, this guy. That is her husband who died. I guess she divorced, or I don't even know if she was even married to the other guy who's the baby daddy of the other 2 kids, who she doesn't have custody of. Now, I say all that because I don't know how he died, but this woman then went and became a lesbian after he did.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't have great opinions on her, would be my guess.
All I'm saying is that it's worth looking into the possibility that the lesbianism and the butch lesbian, came onto the scene before he killed himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even know if he killed himself. I can find no records on that.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. If he didn't kill himself, maybe it wasn't suicide. As they say in the crime shows, maybe it's not a suicide.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. But given how fucked up her life is and everything else around it, and just how bad leftists tend to be when you actually look into them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be that surprised if something like that was the case.
Well, I mean, she was with this guy 6 years ago. And she's been with the lesbian for, I think, 3 or something like that. And I think, or is that when he died? So she moved on quickly, is what it's, and not just moved on, but got involved in this apparently political lesbian relationship. So I can just see why, I can imagine that this guy may not have a great opinion on her. I've seen people say that this is her father, and also have misinformation about this guy's statements as well.
You know, for everybody involved, I mean, the ICE agent, at first I didn't see the footage where, he was actually, he was actually being ran. I mean, I seen the bump of the car hitting his legs. And so in a flash like that, it's hard to say how you would react. From my understanding that he had been through that before, maybe dragged or something. And so, like I said, it's just a hard situation for everybody. Becca, she's a great person as well. I mean, I
she's all
don't
right.
have any enemies. I love everybody, and that's what the Bible tells us: love our neighbors as we love ourselves. But
this was not the guest CNN was hoping for, was it?
Oh no! You can see. Look at her face. She is so
that
unhappy.
is a scowl.
She is very unhappy that this guy just said, Bible tells us to love our neighbors. Oh God, she's disgusted.
I think there's some bad choices. And the word says, for the wrath of God will come up on the children of disobedience. And
the wrath of God. Look at her face. Oh my God. Yeah, they were not expecting this. They were thinking, this guy's related to her, sort of. He'll be supportive. Like I said, I don't know. But he probably doesn't like her for good reason.
And, it's I don't blame ICE. I don't blame Rebecca. I don't blame Renee. I just wish that, if we're walking the Spirit of God, I don't think she would have been there.
Good point.
Very diplomatic and very reasonable. I approve of this guy, mostly.
Disgusted. She's so angry.
You do have the sort of,
fucking
the one criticism there, I think, with him is the over-reliance on the love thy neighbor idea. I've heard a lot of Christians say, and I think it's probably true, no, don't love thy neighbor if they're fucking scum.
Yeah, I agree. Don't love thy neighbor if your neighbor wants to kill you. You know what I mean?
Neighbor doesn't mean person that happens to live near you.
Hard-R neighbor.
Someone in your village in the oldest and deepest human sense.
Sure. Let's see. Eldritch Saga for 5 says, in my honest opinion, not a fact, just a trend. Only reason why debates and discussions increased after Kirk's assassination from my point of view. Maybe. I mean, it certainly did get people, well, in some ways talking, but in many ways, they're more shut off from each other now than ever. And the political temperature has been raised since the Kirk assassination, I think a lot. Wolf to Mexico for 5 says, AM spoke of humanity with kinder words than Renee Good did of the Bible in her poetry. The devout Christian she was. Yeah, that's the other thing is they run with she was a devout Christian, but look at her poetry. She talks about crushing up Bibles with old used salt lamps. And then for another 2, Wolf to Mexico says, I mean, look at her. No one is R-wording her. Oof. Illegal migrants might. Is it true Candace Owens is claiming Charlie Kirk as a time traveler? Asked Laughing Cavalier. Yes.
From what I saw, she's referring to something he said about himself being a time traveler. He was probably joking, and she's probably taking it way too seriously.
Candace Owens?
She is female, black.
In a weird direction? Yeah, well, women all believe in weird shit like that, tarot card, nonsense. She's talked about that a lot. Okay, there's this woman though.
She died.
Oh my God! I'm just gonna. My only note here was just whoa. I'll just let her speak here.
Renee Nicole Good died being a nigger lover. She died because she wanted to protect niggers who would not piss on her if she was on fire. Anybody saying that she didn't try to run them over, you're a nigger lover. Thank you. My message to white liberals is that these people want you dead regardless. It doesn't matter. Give them everything they want.
That part's completely true. That's why they are not rioting for her. They're just rioting because they want to riot.
Yeah. You know, when you see like the occasional anime picture where it's the girl is just inexplicably ebony skinned or like dark brown, but she still looks completely like a white person, or like the anime style, like white Asian, whatever the mix is, but the skin is just darker. That's this woman. She's
got a very African nose.
Well, I don't mean the face. I mean like
in personality.
white on the inside, black on the outside, pretty much.
Oreo, right?
Scam. They still hate you. They still hate white people. They hate you. Can't feel bad for these people. When you have that superiority complex, that you're a white man saving the niggers. Oh, I have a mission. I have to save the niggers. And the funniest thing is
this is the Asian side talking, I think.
Out there got shot for are making fun of her death. They're not hailing her as a hero. Renee.
Yeah, and that was true as well. Is that like Black Twitter and stuff was not on this woman's side. They were not crying about it. They didn't want to go protest for her, obviously. They were just laughing that she fafoed. Which, again, does make it very ironic that her family has hired George Floyd's attorneys to investigate ICE shooting. Family of Renee Good has hired the same firm that represented George Floyd. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. George Floyd's family, as they seek answers and accountability after she was shot and killed by a federal investigation officer in Minneapolis. His family said in a statement from Chicago-based firm Romanucci and Blandon that they didn't want her used as a political pawn. What the fuck? But rather as an agent of peace for all. The firm said it will conduct a civil investigation into her death. People in Minneapolis and across the country truly care about what happened to Renee Good on January 7th, 2026, and are committed to understanding how she could have been killed in the street after dropping her child off at school, the statement read. They want to know what could and should have been done to let Renee live and pick her child up safely from school that afternoon. As often as possible, our team will promptly and transparently provide updates on what we learn. Well, what you're gonna fucking learn, which you're not because you're representing her family, and your lawyers, but if you were being honest, is that she just shouldn't have fucking been there. She went there to agitate. She went there to fuck with law enforcement procedure. She fucked around. She hit an officer, and now she's dead. Does it make me happy? I'm not celebrating it. But that's FAFO, you know? Ugh. Here's what I was talking about earlier with the... they don't want to protest for her because she was white. I've seen a lot of the Black Twitter stuff doing it too, but as that woman talked about. But here's another white woman saying it.
I mean, I'm just walking around kind of just dazed-eyed because I was like, I don't know if it's the right thing to do. It feels kind of wrong being here in some way. I don't know why.
And why do you think? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, like where that stems from. Like I mean, part of it is being like a white woman that I'm privileged and I have a lot of privilege. So I feel like white tears are not always something that's helpful or necessary when Black and brown people have been experiencing this for a long time.
Oh my God, they're just insufferable.
I was about to say the word insufferable does not begin to describe what the...
No.
Oh, God. I'm privileged. Do you know where that privilege comes from? It's being a white person in a predominantly white society. It's not called privilege. It just means your ancestors were better, and then you decided to fuck that up by being a
You
dumbass.
wouldn't have that privilege if you went to fucking Somaliland, would you? Which, by the way, Israel has just recognized.
Wonder why.
This isn't new for them, and so I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make any sense.
That you should be here, or are you still figuring that out?
Well, I work like 2 miles from here, so
she works 2 miles away and is even like kind of a waste of my time, kind of a waste of my energy. She took her 5 minutes or whatever to get over here, and even she is like not so sure.
Driving by, just I don't, it was like
she's just driving by.
Miles, I can stop.
Yeah, they're not rioting.
You can stop blabbering your mouth and then just leave the fucking thing.
Yeah, go leave then. Yes. Now, this is an interesting thing that happened. It's all just a one big collective woman moment. ICE Agent is the #2 trending persona currently on the most popular women's sexual roleplay AI app. This is one post about it, but I've seen a lot of posts about this. I wasn't going to investigate it myself, so whether the veracity of this, I'm not exactly sure of.
Infected with some shit.
What's number 1? Mafia husband in the screenshot I saw. Chapter 2 drops today. There's people. Yeah.
I would not be surprised by that. It's always fucking power.
Every time.
Every time.
He was tall and big shoulders, masked face, dressed all in black. Fuck fascist pigs, I shouted as I lunged at him, but my shoes slipped in the Minnesota snow. Next thing I knew, I was in his arms and he was looking down at me, his icy blue eyes softening with concern. Did you hurt yourself? Are you all right? Get your hands off me, I said. My voice came out in a whisper. He gently placed me back on my feet, holding onto my upper arms for a split second longer than he needed to. I took a deep breath and said, "You cowards won't even show your face. You won't let people know your name." He pulled his mask down to reveal a sardonic smile on his tan face. It seemed out of place in the winter, but somehow suited him. He reached in his pocket. Was he getting handcuffs? Was I about to be arrested? But no, it was a police notebook. It's against policy to reveal our names or any other... You get the fucking... You filthy fucking fascist, I shouted, tore the paper into 4 pieces. Look, I think this one might be parody. But is it? What's the difference?
I feel like that's kind of coherent for writing. It seemed way too normal.
Yeah, there's 1,000 people have looked at this, to be fair, but this is just one. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it is what path that this was trying to do.
The reason I don't believe they wrote this is because it actually seems like it was written by a human being. Or at least something that understands how normal interactions work.
Sort of. It's also too over the top, like her just screaming, "Fucking fascist pig!" Like, that's a bit too silly.
Yes,
you know?
But that is what they will do.
Yeah, it is what they will do.
That part is at least accurate. And also, the ICE police officer is really polite.
Yeah, and if it were them...
That's the weird thing. He's just a nice dude. He's not like groping you or smacking you or anything. He's like acting like a human being and you're screaming in his face.
If a leftoid wrote it, he would have just raped her, parentheses, consensual. You know what I mean? As in, she gets off on it. Like, all of the fucking...
It's that you want to tie me and like
stuff.
Pummel me with... pummel into my infertile wound and like the Wojak leaves me like, what the fuck? It's that. Oh god!
Oh my god!
It's just these people need the one thing that just I don't look at these people like they're real, because there's clearly something wrong in their lives for them to gravitate towards this kind of shit, and it's not even a question of having a husband and children, because some of them have that shit. It's worse than that. It's that they're not fulfilled. And I don't think it's that marriage is not fulfilling. I think it's because in the current regime that doesn't have currency in like a social status kind of thing. And also, this is the biggest thing in my opinion. What I think it is I think it's the internet. I think the most cancerous thing you can do to women is give them a phone and say your opinion matters. I think if you do that, you can fuck a woman's mind up in like immeasurable ways.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Is it Vittorio on Twitter?
Right, Aiden?
True. I think that was who wrote it. Wrote an interesting piece that I read today or yesterday that was explaining how, you hear all the time, like, oh, men have become radicalized. The young men are all radicalized to the right. When you actually look at the graphs, it's women who have been radicalized, and they've been radicalized to the left over the past 15 years. Really specifically, 15 years.
SSRIs helped.
What? That didn't help, no. But what else happened over the last 15 years?
Trump got elected?
15. It's a little bit older than that. It starts in the mid 2000s.
Oh, social media kicked in.
Social media.
Yeah, there you go.
The internet amplifies everything.
Yeah, we were kind of looking at that on a graph between where Flash had it up, where you see the left and the right begin to... Yeah, the one that like split rapidly is roughly the time where social media internet kicks in.
I can find it, I'm trying to find it here in a minute, but just point and mention that.
Mark puts it out that women seek validation and affirmation in everything. Yeah, that's true.
Yes. And what social media does through its tiny little dopamine filtered networks, it's dopamine and it's consensus. It is, which women are fucking addicted to, is consensus.
I will say
everybody agrees with me.
I will say I kind of use my channel for that, but it's in the opposite direction. It's more. Am I the
everybody
only one
likes a
seeing
little
this?
bit of consensus. Yeah,
Well,
true. That's
for
how
me,
I feel.
Yeah, for me, it's more like, am I the only one seeing this stupid shit? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Am I please not going insane? That's kind of what I use my channel is basically my therapy.
Yeah. I Twitter and stuff and some, not my channel so much, but Twitter I often use for like, sanity checks. Is like, is it just me? Does anyone else notice this?
Yeah,
So on Blue Sky, of course, in addition to fapping to it, on Blue Sky, they're also just casually fantasizing about killing ICE agents' families. Might take IEDs to impact Gestapo like that. They're taking their body armor up a notch, whatever it takes. Legs, knees, above the shoulders, slug to the knee. The spouse doesn't have body armor. 3 shots to the face. If they run, then in the back. Whatever. Semi-automatic short barrel shotgun will cut through breastplate armor like butter, or a 45 Magnum. It's so funny hearing fucking leftoids who I will never forget this because it's one of the funniest things ever. There was it Kotaku journalist or some other gaming leftoid mag that played a VR game where it was just like a shooting range simulator and was crying, was brought to tears by being forced for his job, and like apparently had to go get therapy and something for it because he was forced to virtually operate a firearm in VR. And so it's very funny when they talk tough shit like this, they talk real tough. 45 Magnum will do it. So then they started rioting, of course. Again, they're not rioting for her. They are rioting
Save a
against
life, kill
ICE.
ICE. Well, you just shot someone, so you're not saving a life then, are you? You're killing people. What? That John doesn't even make any fucking sense.
Well, the ICE
asshole.
agent killed her. So if you kill an ICE agent, you'll save her. You would save someone else's life, I think is the message, I guess. Oh my god, they're so loud.
And so retarded. Good lord.
Yeah, Christy Gnome will hang. Peaceful protest. Gonna make the fascists crap their pants.
You're being paid. Can't you come up with better shit than this?
No, they're very unoriginal.
AI
Don't be peaceful to your oppressor. Yeah, ask Grok, ask ChatGPT to write something a little catchier for you.
See, there's something interesting about this. The fact that they think that they're being oppressed makes me kind of think your perspectives on authoritarianism and oppression really does not have any basis in reality. It is just someone telling me what I'm supposed to do or am allowed to do, and I don't agree with it for my own personal reasons. But it could be completely sane to anyone else outside of your stupid, ridiculous political paradigm.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to shoot people in the face who disagree with my politics. No, actually, that's not the real world, you fucking retard.
Well, again,
in the real world, if you do shit like that, you'll get shot in the face.
They
and no one's going to mourn your death.
They believe she was morally justified in hitting that guy because he's not human to them. He's a Nazi. He's Gestapo.
See, there's 2 ways this ends. Either the state goes full, like, I don't know, Marine mode and just fucks all these people up, or the United States government gets dissolved and whatever is pushing for this kind of... Yeah, and like that, your funding gets gripped and like this entire power apparatus no longer exists. Although I think if you just tumble into anarchy, these people might eat their own faces. Either one works, I'll be honest. Yes.
I mean, I think emphasis on eating their own faces, these people...
Yeah.
I talked about it in my Charlie Kirk video, is that they're extremely violent. They are as violent, if not more violent. And I mean, I'm talking about actual events. They plan more acts of violence than does the right. But they fail at enacting them. For the same reason that the leftoid journalist was crying about handling a firearm in virtual reality.
That's because they're either really thin or really fast. Like, Jim pointed that out. And it's true. Either rake thin or fat as fuck. There's no in between. Yeah, there's no like, hey, look, here's a guy who's jacked and in shape. Because it turns out if you're jacked and in shape, you might be more right wing. I believe I read that somewhere. Because apparently being in shape is somehow making you superior, which it does. And therefore you will not be around plebs.
testosterone. People on the right, in particularly women who are right-wing or politicians, are rated both by independent observers and by computer modeling to more symmetrical and therefore better looking. It's just the left appeals to dysgenic freaks, outcasts, so who need society to be made fair to them, and that's not what they mean by fair.
Because they can't succeed in it.
Yes, is to tear everyone else down and bring everyone else to their level. It's the Harrison Bergeron effect. Is if you make everyone ugly, then no one's beautiful. So that's why they.
Whilst your characterization of the left is pretty accurate, I will say that from a completely zoomed out evolutionary perspective, I think that is useful. You need iconoclasty to break down traditions that aren't working, but most of what they do is fucking wrong. Just one time in 100, what they do has
shit? Yeah.
Well, one time in 100, what they do has a point that wouldn't have been made otherwise. I think that's the application of the left. It's much like deadheading a plant. There needs to be some pruning as well. But yeah, that doesn't mean we shouldn't fight them. It just means that evolutionarily, I think it makes sense that they exist. But it is evolutionarily our responsibility to fight them when they're wrong. Same with the right if they're wrong, but these days, obviously, that's barely ever happens.
I mean, I got plenty of criticism of Trump and the extreme MAGA crowd, for example, and mostly in their blind support of Trump.
Because he has
not normally what they do.
He has in-group preference for a certain group.
Yeah. The other thing so in addition to these kinds of protests where they talk about killing Kristi Noem and the ICE agents, they're actively going out now and just harassing people in the street. So, under the auspices that they think these people are ICE, that's what their claim here is. Is that
he the one that got stopped by in his car because his car looked like it could carry? What the fuck?
We'll get to that.
I saw that. Yeah.
They don't care. These people were violent. They want to hurt people, and they need to take out their aggression some way, or they want to take out their aggression on someone. So they're just going for anyone that they can excuse, and say, "Whoa, that person kind of looks like an ICE officer. That's how an ICE officer would dress, right?" Very funnily, considering that they call ICE Gestapo. It's kind of a Gestapo tactic, isn't it? You look like a bit like a Jew to me. Time to beat you up. Whoops, why did it do that? It's a brown guy too, by the way. He's just wearing an American flag coat jacket. It says freedom on it, and he's brown, and they're beating trying to beat him up.
There you go, I got you. Get your ass up out of here.
This guy's just walking down the street. They form a mob and start attacking him. But it's justified. Look, he did what you asked him to do. He took off his fucking jacket. Look at these fucking vultures all standing around photographing him. What did you think you were going to get in Minneapolis for wearing a U.S. flag jacket?
Tombstone?
Look, they're stalking him at this point. They told a brown guy to get the fuck out of Minnesota. Isn't that cute?
Damn, we should put out some walls so people like this can't get in.
Yeah, or something. I don't know what race he is. He looks kind of like South American to me, though. He's either that or Indian. Look at this person getting right up in his face, wearing a mask, of course. Look at this. Holy fuck. They're nuts. He was just walking down the street. And they start doing this shit. And it's not just him. There's tons of this. Where they're just attacking, harassing, stalking random ass fucking people. Here's another one. Is this the same one? It's the same, I think, event from the riot they're throwing.
Hey, stop. Wait, let them go. Let them go.
So, this is what happens if they can get into your car. If you're trying to drive away, now remember, Renee Good, one of their claims is she was just trying to drive away, she was just trying to escape, which, first of all, you've been told that you're basically under arrest. So no, you can't just drive away and escape. This person's not under arrest, they're just driving by. And these people have decided, again, this is their claim, that they thought this looked like an ICE agent's car. What? It's like a young woman driving it. What? No, it doesn't look like an ICE agent's car. They don't know what the fuck that means. They just want to kill people. They want to hurt people. That's it.
Leave it up. No. Y'all just let him leave. That's not working. Stop! Hey, let him out. Let him out.
Even the black guy's being like, dude, what the fuck? Just let him leave. What?
Fuck that nigga, man.
And then says, fuck him. Dude, again, crazy. I think that woman would have been right to actually floor it, but had she hit somebody, she'd be arrested, I'm sure. And not given any kind of kindness or consideration from these same people. So, Second Amendment bad, except when blacks show up at riots with them. Now, I agree. It is a Second Amendment right to carry that firearm. The problem is that, as with all things with the left, it's pure fucking hypocrisy.
You have right there, I believe, the argument against the Second Amendment, which is the US is a nation that relies a little less on ethnic homogeneity than European nations. Mm-hmm. But this is what happens when you take that too far. The Second Amendment, it really only makes sense with high trust people.
Yes.
Yes.
Just this is in New York, not in Minnesota. But this is just an interesting little contrast, because I see a lot of people defending that it's his right as an American to own a gun and to bring a gun to the protest. I do agree it's his right. However, understand that when they say shit like that, it is always rules for me and not for thee.
Outside of the Queens Criminal Courthouse in New York City, where I just attended the sentencing for Charles Foner, the 67-year-old retiree who was just sentenced to 4 years in prison after defending himself from a 15-time career criminal here in New York City. Now, if you're not familiar with the story of Charles, basically back in 2023, a 15-time career criminal with a history of mental illness ended up threatening him and lunging at him. Charles, who had a handgun in his pocket, which he had, by the way, because of his fears of rising crime throughout the city, ended up pulling out his weapon, telling this man to stop. He did not heed the warning. He continued to lunge at Charles. Charles opened fire and ended up killing him. Now, interesting thing about this case is that the DA of Queens, Melinda Katz, did not bring forth homicide or manslaughter charges because even her office agreed that this was a clear-cut case of self-defense. However, what they did decide to charge Charles for was criminal possession of a weapon, and then after this incident happened, the police went and searched his home, and they found what they stated is an arsenal of unlicensed weapons. Now, I want to say he had about 30 other guns in his home, and Charles's attorney stated that Charles has been shooting guns since he was a kid. Charles has no criminal history, and he has been around guns his entire life. However, because he was in New York and these were unlicensed, the DA decided to bring forward these charges. Now, something else I want to bring up is there was a case that was very similar to what happened to Charles with a 69-year-old homeless man on a subway in New York who ended up killing somebody in self-defense. Now, this homeless man ended up getting attacked by 5 illegal immigrants, and he used a knife to fight off his attackers, and he ended up stabbing and killing one. Again, Melinda Katz's office decided that this was a clear-cut case of self-defense and decided not to press any charges at all, and that case has since been dropped. Very similar to Charles's case, the main difference here, though, is, of course, the weapon used. Instead of using a gun to defend himself from criminals, this homeless man used a knife, and the DA did not bring forward.
I don't agree with her analysis.
So I spoke.
I'm not speaking for all cases. Obviously, there's tendencies in the wrong direction here, but for these particular cases, what it sounds like, from what she's saying, is the actual self-defense incident was not really relevant to the crime.
It was the fact that he had unlicensed guns.
Which I think is a clear Second Amendment violation, the fact they try to get him for that. It's New York. Like, the state is doing that. It's in obeisance of the Constitution, as far as I'm concerned, but it is doing that. So what he's doing, he's going down on principle. He's right, but he's still going down for it, which is probably why he doesn't look too pissed off about the fact that he's going to prison.
Well, what it sounds like to me is that, again, the issue, and she did say this, the reporter there, which is that the issue was the gun, was the weapon, not the action. But what I think it really was is the other guy was homeless. So even if he's white or whatever, I'm not familiar with the other story, but even if he's whatever, he's homeless and insane. So they have to protect him, probably, right? Even though it's against immigrants, it's like, well, can't send him to prison. Well, they can. Couldn't find him guilty for self-defense, but let's slap him for something, because he needs to be taught as a lesson, right? We'll slap him for the gun ownership. Even though he, is alive, probably because he defended himself. It doesn't matter. He had to get slapped with something. Danish Cartoonist for 2 says, Spoon, are you doing part 2 with Shad? That was good. Oh, yeah. I knew you did a stream with Shad. How'd that go?
Yeah, he invited me on for his Tuesday show. Yeah, so I'll see how it goes.
This Tuesday? Next Tuesday, I mean?
I think this Tuesday. I'm not sure, because he says
the
the
upcoming.
Noon. Yeah, and they are I think they're 9 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
I would give to be streaming at a normal hour.
I know. It's a hard time with streaming with Australians and New Zealanders. Omega Tau has been a member for 26 months. Thank you so much, man. Says, I live in Minnesota. The rioters are rabid / insane. Yeah, as we're saying. Not Shad Man, Shad Brooks at Jar Bazaar. Not Shad Man, Shad Brooks. What's his what are all of his channels called? What's his main channel? I can't think of it right now for some reason.
Hold on.
Spin? What's Shad's main channel called? Why is it escaping me? Yeah, Shadiversity, yes.
Oh, that Shad.
Yeah, that Shad. Our Shad. Yeah.
I always get freaked out when these big channels tell me they watch me.
That's based.
Yeah, it freaks me out. It's like when Shu said she watches me, I'm like, how the fuck do you even know who I am?
Yeah.
Well, crazy.
I mean, I've known Shu for forever, so I'm not too surprised by that. She watches a lot of YouTube. I see her all the time in a bunch of people's live.
I had so many people tell me,
she's been here.
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
Before.
Yeah.
Nights Watch is the other one. Thank you, Arden.
Yeah, I had so many people tell me, "Oh my God, Spoon, you have to make her a monarchist." I'm like, isn't she married to a Catholic monarchist? I don't think what I can do, the husband isn't doing. I mean,
yeah,
like I'm some kind of monarchical whisperer.
The monarch whisperer. So they're also freaking out again about people's cars. So this guy, they think he's ICE because his rental car has Texas plates.
You hear all the beeping? It's for me. Why? This right here.
Aiden, what are you showing us?
Texas plates.
Huh?
What are you showing
Aiden, there seems to be a Discord issue. The screen share is stuck. You might want to restart the screen share.
Sorry, let me do that. Thank you.
I was about to say, I'm confused.
Ooh, now which one's right? Hang on.
The one making all the noises.
Oh. It's because, no, I messed up. I don't have to stop the screen share. It's because I had it in the wrong window. That's why. There we go. Sorry, I had a woman moment. Technology.
That's fine.
Here we go. Whoops. There we go. Sorry about that.
Dun, 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 dun. I need elevator music as like a background.
Huh?
Hold on. Do I have hold on.
Just loudly play the Monty Python intermission song.
Or Benny Hill.
Is it working now?
No.
Oh, it's because I didn't share my screen again, did I? Wait, what? Oh, shit. That's not it. Sorry, I always get confused when I switch over on these. Okay. This is it. Okay, sorry. That was a prolonged moment. All right, I got it now. Can you see it?
There we go.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go.
You hear all the beeping? It's for me. Why? This right here.
Also, unfortunate license plate. TMP, very similar to Trump.
Plates. When you're in Minnesota with Texas plates, everybody thinks you're ICE. Just trying to get some food. This is what I got to deal with.
This is like a level of retard that I actually can't fathom.
I know. They're just out over
they
nothing.
keep going with the false positives. We're just going to start ignoring it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's kind of difficult to ignore them when they're kicking your car, they're harassing you in the street.
Yes, but I mean the whole idea of alerting to get illegals to run away.
Yeah.
You get too many false positives, they will just start ignoring the warnings, and then they'll get nabbed.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can't be at alert all the time because you think everybody with a car or everyone who... Well, here's what it is. Anyone who is white or not white, who looks in a way that you determined looks like they're conservative because they're wearing an American flag t-shirt in America or a shirt and sweater, whatever, jacket, in the United States that you've decided is an ICE agent. This guy, just, again, over the car.
Here you go. Yeah, like I said,
and this guy's really polite. I know he doesn't have to do this, but he just wants them to leave him alone. They're not going to leave him alone, by the way.
Happy to do this. That's all. We just got to stop this.
So he's got a lot of camera equipment. I think we can say this isn't
I'm not. I tried to tell the first lady that nobody believes me. That's all I can do is tell you. I already shot. Listen, first of all, I don't have to do any of that, but I'm kind. I respect what you are doing.
There's your problem, buddy. I mean, I guess he's probably just saying that to get them away from him. They respect what you're doing. They're a fucking mob.
Yeah, no. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I just don't understand my job and I don't know how to do it.
Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, he was here yesterday. I can testify that. I didn't recognize him.
No, I appreciate your help. Thank you.
I'm not here to help you.
No, I understand.
They're so fucking evil. I'm guessing he's just like at his job or whatever. Yeah, I'm here yesterday. I'm here all the time, probably. Oh, I'm not here to help you.
I get it.
A vehicle, like, look at this white woman shaking her head in disapproval. That you shouldn't drive.
I'm not so sure that's a white woman.
It might be a troon.
I'm not so sure it's a troon either, Aiden.
What is it?
It looks like the witch phenotype.
Oh, true. Yeah, it's a witch.
Well, you can. You go rent something else.
The fucking audacity.
See,
the privilege.
When I see this,
Sorry,
I'm suddenly massively in favor of ICE using a gratuitous amount of violence.
Yeah.
Because I believe these people are the kinds of people that need to be punched in the face. Like, seriously, like, if you are this rude to your fellow man for no fucking reason other than your ideological predisposition, then maybe you need to get the shit kicked out of you.
That's what it is. Let's be honest about what it is. Why are they harassing this guy? Because he's white. That's
he's got a nicer looking car than any of them.
Yeah, and he's got an SUV.
Well, yeah.
He's white and he's driving an SUV. Although again, remember, it doesn't have to be an SUV. It can be a red compact. It doesn't fucking matter. I didn't really take note of what the other guy's car looked like, but it was just because of the plates on that.
If you're gonna go full heel turn, then don't fucking pussyfoot and do it halfway. Like, go full like black uniforms and look like fucking stormtroopers.
Well, yeah,
it's like march the military into like with tanks. Yeah, I just like, we are not here to fuck around. We are here for you all to find out what will happen if you piss us off.
Well, it's just insane. I mean, this is anarchy.
Just make it look like German hell marches.
I wish.
That's not how it works.
This is my business.
I know. This is not how it works. So anyhow, I hope you guys understand. Not here.
He was here with a video camera yesterday. I did see another vehicle with them.
Tell them there's oil in Minnesota.
I did see him with a camera.
Press badge when folks are talking to you on the side?
No. Okay. I told them I would use media. Okay. And when people get irate with me, I have no choice to just roll out the window.
I think you gotta understand that people were kidnapped.
Well, it wasn't yesterday, because that's what we did the story on.
They don't think. What the hell are you talking about?
No, they're not thinking. Look, he might be there to cover the stuff, is what it sounds like. He seems like he says he's with media. He's got a bunch of camera equipment. So he probably is there to cover it for the news, and maybe he's there to cover it for somebody like YouTube stuff. I don't know. It would be very funny if he's a journalist or works for a journalistic outlet, is just covering this stuff, and they're essentially harassing one of their own. Because it sounds like he probably is. Oh, I agree with everything you guys are doing.
Wrap this up, okay?
It would be helpful. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys, the first time.
Let's just wrap this up so either way. You know.
Insanity. There's more of it about the cars in particular. They seem very upset about the cars because I think they're as always they're convinced they're very smart. They're super intelligent because they did well in their feminist studies degrees. So they just go around and think that they know like what kind of car it is that an ICE agent
These
would
people
drive.
clearly have way too much time on their hands.
They don't work, I guess.
Yeah, that's my point.
That Renee Good, I don't think, had a job. Or she was a poet, you know?
You have masked federal agents.
So what this guy is doing, by the way, he is just driving around Minneapolis looking for ICE agents' cars based on vibes. The same criteria, I guess, the rest of them use.
Kit on with live ammo in, and you're like, stop running stop signs. We pay the taxpayer.
He's live streaming this. His chat starts to call him out because, yeah, he's running stop signs. What he's about to do here is fucking insane.
Funded services. Where'd they go? Straight still? Oh my god, we're stuck behind the fucking bus now.
Okay, that's a red light. The bus is stopping to let people on and off.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the fucking bus. So what does he do? Remember, the light's red.
Arrest him.
There could be
Put him
cars.
away.
There could be cars turning in his blind spot where the bus is parked. He's lucky he didn't get hit by an incoming car that was turning and die right here. But he's about to run this red light. It doesn't. You couldn't legally get around that bus anyway. The light's fucking red.
What do we got? Please look. Go.
Could have killed someone himself doing that shit.
What is it with the left live streaming their crimes?
We'll get to it later because they're not saying it.
This is the only thing they get attention for.
One, that's part of it. Two, they know it's Minneapolis. They know that they'll get off for it. That they won't get in trouble. That it's all lefty judges, it's all lefty prosecutors, it's all lefties all the way down. So they won't get in trouble. They won't get any legal trouble for this. Or so they believe. And largely speaking, they're right.
Hurry up.
This person's an insane driver. What was that, Spin?
How are there more accidents? Because the fucking front of them drove through the red light as well.
I don't know. They're all lunatics.
This is completely alien here.
To be fair, they are all Somalis.
Yeah. Was this? This is alien to me. This has got a Maine account on it. At least it looks like the state of Maine.
These cars are not stopping. There's nothing they can do. What's on the right? That's ice right there. That's ice right there?
Oh.
Yep.
That's ice right there? How do you fucking know? Car looks like
there's snow and ice everywhere.
Would die. Yeah, there's ice everywhere. It's January in Minneapolis.
That is good. Go. I'm going. Hi. That's gonna suck.
You can just hear the car beeps all over the place. The whole city must be like this.
That's gonna be. Yeah.
They're all running red lights and about to hit this bus.
Bus drivers, fuck you up.
I'm gonna fuck you up. By the way, a service that helps people with little money get around, get to their jobs and stuff. Fuck this bus. Fuck buses. Fuck them. So caring and compassionate about the less privileged as he drives around in his car.
They're going through the light.
So again, he's stalking these cars that he thinks are ICE agents. This is a very fast. I don't know what the speed limit is here, but it's pretty fucking high, and that's a red light. He's just gonna run it. I'm shocked that car didn't honk at him. What the fuck?
It's so fucking dangerous.
I know.
That's how it works. So you do like that, and then there you go. 86,000 seconds, just like that. Goodbye.
Another red light.
For me? Are you good? Go.
But again, they're all running red lights. It's
He
so
thinks
bizarre.
he thinks he's driving the Toyota Technical looking for fucking wrongdoers in his little bandit
he's
town.
Batman. Yeah. Now he's out in the neighborhood.
Ooh. Sorry. That was ice. Just slid on the ice.
Dude, it's just mass chaos. My God.
This is as bad as India. Well, not quite that bad, but it's pretty bad.
This is India
Close.
if you're driving. It's all
It is
over
pretty
the city.
close.
Like,
And
it's
as you
not
said,
just him.
I think you said, Spoon, like, a lot of them probably are Somalians, yes, but I don't think
Yeah.
all of them are. I don't think that's enough to explain this.
They just collectively lost their minds.
This third world driving is fucking that way.
Yeah.
So driving.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at it. Like, what are they
Well,
doing?
there was a guy crossing. I think they were waiting for him to cross.
I
You
did
got it,
see
you got
that.
it. Go.
but-
Yep. You got it. Okay.
I wasn't sure if they were going to try to kind of do something weird to cut him off.
I know. Right. They went right? Okay.
Go straight.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
How am I doing? Right?
You good on the side?
Sounds good. Thank you, John.
Another red light.
On with the quick reaction.
I have been to
directions.
Egypt where the people
Watch
don't
out
even
for
drive
boys.
this fucking badly, and they don't even have fucking robots there.
It's crazy. Another red light.
You good?
Just all of them.
Oh
Just
yeah,
drive
that's what
right
we call
through
them
it.
in
This is a
Africa.
common
We call
area that they like to
classified
drive.
robots.
Oh, right.
George Floyd Square.
Guess you're wondering what the fuck I'm talking
Here we
about.
go. Fucking George Floyd Square, of course.
ICE vehicles rolling right through it.
Bitch, it's
just
clearly
desert-
not ice because half the fucking people you show in this video drive through fucking red lights.
Yeah, I know.
Like, dude, how do you not understand? Okay, if you are driving around with the implication that people who drive through red lights are ice, they would lead me to believe your entire fucking neighborhood is infested with fucking infested with ice. Fuck, can't say it.
Ice agent.
Infested with ice. I can't fucking say this now. Infested
Oh, no.
with ice agents because, like, 85% of people in this fucking clip is running through red lights.
I know. It's
They've had to
bedlam.
they've had to import people who know how to drive from the federal government.
I would say that, yeah, you should be looking at the people who do follow the fucking rules. They're more likely to actually be feds. And apparently, there's so few of them, they should be easy to catch out, right?
Whoa! That guy stopped at a red light. Ice, kill him,
Ice.
kill
Yep.
him.
Yeah, kill him.
It's white.
Yeah. Well, that's damning enough. My God, look at this.
God spoon if only it were that simple. But the guy driving this car's probably white as well.
Yeah, he probably is, most likely. Look at these hideous big black power fists, too. Oh my God.
Ah, it's cringe.
Federal government comes along with some C4 to clear the eyesore.
Yeah.
You mean the people or
And,
the architecture?
Yeah.
Yes.
True. Good question. Yes.
Wait, are you implying that that was architected or planned in any way in advance?
There's no way.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, look at how sloppy and horrible it looks. They're also harassing people for wearing the wrong clothes, of course.
Are they?
We already saw the one. Oh, this one, I already showed this one. That was the guy wearing the. This is a different, longer clip of it, isn't it? Oh, this is a different one. This is a different one. This guy's wearing camo. This isn't the guy with the American flag shirt. This is a different. There's so much of this.
Wait a minute. Let him up. Police. Let him up. Okay. Okay. Get up. Let him go. Get your ass up. You good? You're not a Nazi? Okay. That's what they asked. That's all they asked. Watch out. That's all they asked. He's one of us. Okay.
Well, he's one of us.
Okay, good.
I think he must have a concussion or something. He looks like he does. You're confused.
I mean, they knocked him over. He's one of us.
Dude, you alright? He's one of us.
How do we know?
How we know? I was with him earlier.
Why you get ran out earlier?
I don't know. He's one of us. I'm with them. Trust me.
They'll eat their own. Immediately they do. Like I said, I think that guy in the SUV, the white guy, it seems like he's working for the news media.
I feel like one or two people spreading rumors could make these people go completely insane on themselves. It feels like it's just rife for an environment where they will just go eat their own alive.
Yeah, they're clearly willing to. They're so violent that, yeah, they don't give a shit if they hurt their own.
The whole time. You kept us good. You alright, man? Hey, move back.
Now they actually are here.
You alright? Right now!
Back up! Back up!
Notice something's different. Notice there's a lot of men in that particular group. And notice when the men show up, the men actually scatter when there's men with guns show up because they understand danger. That tells me the men are at least sane to some extent, whereas the women are like, hey, look, I can just go and fuck with people who have guns. And all the guys are like, no, actually, when there's men with guns that show up, don't go near them because you might get the shit kicked out of you.
They're fearless because they can't fathom anything would ever happen to them.
Yes, whereas men, not so much.
Women are so coddled and protected throughout most of their life by men. They just can never fathom that anything bad, that their fucking around would ever lead to finding out. The men who were harassing this guy, the second that
men don't stick around to fuck around and find out.
Yeah. Some help. He needs a little bit of fucking mental health there. Don't he?
I like the way there's the red square underneath the car. It just looks like ICE is like royalty.
Out of the car. They rolled out the red carpet, right?
In the eye when you spray me? You gonna look me in the eye when you spray me?
Fucking
that sounded kind of gay.
Yeah, it did sound kind of gay. Absolutely.
Look me in the eye when you fuck me in the ass with a nightstick.
Yes. Let's see. Oil King Supreme Provide says they believe that they are terroring. There is no trying to reason. They have destroyed reason in October. Yeah, they are. They are certainly not trying to be reasonable now. M2M Tomb for 2 says, let's hope Amalgamite gets married like Eden. I know people are pressuring Amalgamite over that. So I've heard.
I can maybe get her on next week's show.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, after last time might be. That would actually, next week should work. Yeah.
I know she's going to do a stream on Rumble, and I can invite her to that one, because I know people will
that'd be
to
fun.
stream with her. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Especially in a place where I can scream slurs.
Based, yeah. Yeah, I'd love to do a stream with Amalgamite again. And then it is just, if it's not been overwhelmingly clear, it is sometimes just for being white.
Where you going? Huh? Are you ice?
No.
Do you like ice? Say f*** ice! Say it!
Not even enough not to be part of them or anything. It's just, you have to ideologically agree with me.
This seems like a skit.
It does. It's so absurd.
It's just like you're just screaming at a random person walking along the road, agree with my politics, and you have no idea this makes you look fucking deranged.
Yeah.
This guy shouting sounds like he could be one of the fucking bandits from Borderlands.
Yeah.
It's fucking deranged.
Yeah, he sounds like a psycho from Borderlands. Absolutely.
Your mom's a bitch! Say it! F*** you!
You're saying you're a bitch, your mom's a bitch.
I'm sorry, but
Say
just the way he's screaming it is actually funny.
It is his pathetic impotent rage.
Because it is actually like legit. It's actually like legit fucking full on screaming. Why?
Yeah. Like a bitch. Because he's a bitch.
Nazi! F*** you, Nazi!
Oh my god.
F*** you, Nazi! Where you?
He's literally just walking down the street, minding his own fucking business. Fuck you, Nazi.
Trying to anyway.
These people are insane. Yeah, trying to mind his own business. Can't do that. Not when you're white. White silence is violence, right? Good God, they're fucking nuts. Okay. Tech workers say they were mistaken for ICE agents and accosted by an anti-ICE mob. These people, I don't know if it's their clothes, I think it's that they're white and they're well-dressed, so they must be ICE. A mob, they're sitting there, they're tech workers, getting lunch at this cafe, when a mob just forms outside to harass them. It's just some well-dressed IT guys getting lunch.
This has got to be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I know, it's like, you feel like a zoo animal. I've never.
And then minutes later, look at how many people, they just, like, assemble. They have to all be in, like, text messaging groups or something. So they go, oh, everybody get down here. A lot of them is just bystanders. They just want to get involved in it. They want to be involved in a little riot because they're all nuts. And they're all narcissists and lunatics. Originally, it was just like a couple women. Now it's a full fucking mob.
If you're not with us, then you're against us.
Uh-huh.
So clear. So clear.
Oh my god. What? We do custom apps for a whole bunch of companies around Minnesota and the country.
Why are you filming us?
Because you're filming us.
Why are you filming us? Why are you filming us? That's like something an ICE agent would do. I don't know, bro, because you formed a mob and you were filming him and them for getting lunch.
Here. Do I look like an ICE agent?
Yeah, you look like a fucking ICE agent.
Holy fucking Christ. This is what's wrong with the guys.
No, it's not. Because you have no relationship with us. Wait, so do you would you support?
Okay, so if you're not ICE, would you support them? It's same thing. All right, so maybe we're wrong about you being ICE, but if you don't denounce them, we're still gonna beat you up.
Wait, you guys are acting? Fuck no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The way you guys are, I don't support ICE either.
Then why do you care? Then you should.
I'm just trying to enjoy.
Why do you care? Let us abuse you. If you don't support ICE, you have to let us harass and abuse you. Again, I don't know whether or not these guys are of their own or whatever, but I bet they're going to be conservatives now. I bet a lot of people who've been accosted by these freaks are.
My lunch.
If you're not with us, then you're against us.
Yeah. Fucking insane. Software engineers were dressed casually in sweatshirts and jackets. Group is labeled SW, Southwest Minneapolis Rapid Response, claiming that plainclothes ICE agents were dining at the restaurant. So yeah, they literally sent out a fucking alert to other freaks in the area to go harass these guys because they were white and eating lunch at a restaurant. Absolute fucking lunacy. Oh my god. Let's see. M2M Tim for 2 says, damn, whistles are flaring up my misphonia. Cringe. Oh, yeah. They've all got these fucking whistles. It is really annoying. So, this guy, Jake Lang, is as far as I understand, he's like an anti-Islam activist. But he was just straight up beat up by these people, protest organizer, and dragged by these crowds. Now, by the way, I've seen the clip of this guy saying that, yeah, he's racist. All these people were racist, too. Who gives a fuck? That pedo protector sign is gonna be real funny real quick.
He's just declaring his position.
Oh, that he's a pedo protector. Yeah, well, they're actually doing that, as we're gonna learn. So, yeah, good of him to to make it clear what his position is there. Pedo protector. How do you spell Nazi? Is that's what the chant What? I don't get it. Is it supposed to be, how do you spell Nazi? And then they just spell it? What the fuck?
They probably say ICE.
Oh, something like that. These people are insane. That's one clip. And then there's another one. They've thrown something at him. I don't know if it's just snow or what. Now remember when they...
Luckily, I think it's just snow, yeah.
Well, when they accosted Andy No with the slushy, wasn't it? It had cement or something mixed in it. I
think they've done the same thing to Nige as well, actually.
Yeah. Now I met Andy No in person shortly after that happened to him. He has permanent brain damage from when he was assaulted. Like when I met him, he still had some cuts and scars and bruising. It was a couple months after he was assaulted, and that was at I think that was at Mythicist Milwaukee, yeah, and like he has permanent problems with speech because of that. And again, it was just a milkshake, just a little snow. What is it? A snowball we throw at him? Is it a snowball full of rocks? You know, because he's bleeding.
Ah, Jay, you thought it was a good idea, didn't you? Ah, Jay, you thought it was a good idea, didn't you? All that shit talking.
There's the guy in the American flag shirt, so he was around him. So maybe they are associators. I mean, that's why they were accosting him, because that's the guy in the American flag jacket. And he's holding on to him okay. So that's why they were so pissed at that guy. But again, they don't need a reason. They do not, or association at all. And maybe this guy wasn't actually associated with him. He just happened to be there and see another guy who was on his side, you know, and that was it. And maybe they weren't there actually together. It's very possible. So yeah, he's bleeding. I think that's the main one. Literally bleeding the footage. Fuck you, Nazi, swinging, shoving, chaos. Getting out of hand fast. Yes, it indeed is. Speaking of pedo protector, by the way. Such a good transition here. Oh no, really? Did this get deleted? Or did I just copy and paste it wrong? Oh no. One sec. Give me a second to see if I can find this. Because that got deleted quickly somehow. They are quite literally protecting pedos. Let me see what happened if it's on my Twitter bookmarks. Or what happened here.
Fucking insane.
They're specifically, some of the people that they're quote-unquote protecting are pedophiles. I know I said that some of them are sex offenders, but I think that the people they were trying to fuck with the Renee Good situation, they were actually, like, a person was a sex offender. Let's see. Maybe it got deleted. Let's see. Type in. Let's try that one. So I can find this clip.
Sure. Shoot.
Huh?
I'm wondering what clip you're trying to find.
Oh, yes. This is it. I got it. Got it. Here we go. There we go.
We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
Oh, they're not. No, we're pressing. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane.
Sure is.
That guy, by the way, didn't look all that white, did he?
I was about to say the same thing.
A lot of them haven't been. A lot of them haven't been. Now,
It is an issue that cuts across race quite firmly.
Yeah, everyone hates pedos. Except the left.
Well, not just pedos, I mean illegals as well.
Well, true, yeah. Anyone who breaks the law. Gotta protect those pedophiles, right? Oh, wait. So I guess he was just, identifying himself. This is also fucking insane. Speaking of illegals and sex criminals, this guy, Representative Sri Thanadar, the Democrat representative.
He is such a joke human. He is the
really
brown version of the Adoring fan.
Oh god, he does look like the Adoring fan. What the fuck?
With a lot of plastic surgery clopped on top. He looks like he's not a real human. Looks like the most advanced animatronic in history.
Well, he doesn't fucking speak English, but he is a Democrat rep in Minnesota. Is it Minnesota or Michigan? In Michigan.
That's not what you said. Sir, you voted against the bill that mandated the deportation of illegals convicted of sex crimes. Do you regret that vote now?
No, I don't regret that vote. Look, no bill is perfect, and many times...
No bill is perfect. I mean...
Let's be fair, a lot of bills include bullshit just to try to do this. The Dems do it all the time as well. I don't know if that's what this was. The thing is, with him, it may very well have been the bill did not include that bullshit. And it was actually just about deporting. But then again, you don't need a bill for that. So what was it for?
He can't tell you. He doesn't know what it was for. But that wasn't why he signed it, according to him.
If it was your wife, your sister, your daughter that was raped, that's a sex crime. You want that person to stay?
Look, there are multiple things in a bill. I don't agree with every one of them.
Sir, you got to answer the question. If your wife, your daughter, your
the smiling, Hannity's asking him these questions is just insane. Just because I don't think he actually understands. His English is so poor. I think he doesn't actually know what he's saying.
If we're being completely fair to all parties, Hannity is trying to trap him here and is not being reasonable. However, the question should be easy to answer.
Why did you?
You want them deported, and that's the thing. What Hannity's doing is some bullshit gay trap thing, and maybe justified in the context of the culture war, but not really honest. However, I do want the fucking question answered. I do want to know whether the adoring fan of Ganesh here actually would want an illegal pedophile deported.
Because he also can't articulate, because I've seen some other clips of this guy. Nowhere in this interaction does he articulate what it is he voted against the bill for if it was not for this part. If it was something else in the bill that he voted against.
By Vishnu.
Pretty much.
Mother was raped by an illegal immigrant. You voted against the bill that would deport these illegals convicted of sex crimes.
God, the fact that he's smiling is so creepy too.
Perfectly fine if they stay in the country.
Yep, he is. He's nodding.
Sean, look, I serve in Congress. I don't think you ever served in Congress.
That's what you voted on, though, right?
Most of the bills. Look.
Why
most
did you
of these
vote
bills
for that?
Are not perfect bills.
Why did you vote for that? Why would you allow sex crimes?
All right, Sean, you're making me side with the fucking Brown at this point.
How? He needs to answer the fucking question.
Yes, he does need to answer the question. However, when someone's trying to trap you, generally there is a strong argument not to abide by anything they're asking. I do want to know his actual answer on whether he would want an illegal immigrant rapist deported. But Sean is trying to trap him in such an unreasonable trap here, and Sean fucking knows that bills often contain bullshit extra stuff. I think Sean is being 100% dishonest here, which is not helping his case.
No, but this guy can barely speak English and can't articulate why he voted against it.
He shouldn't be in the position he's in. Like, everything here is wrong. Everything here is wrong.
This guy
including
shouldn't be an elected
Sean.
official. This guy shouldn't be an elected official. Yeah, Sean Hannity's coming out
in this
in a
specific conversation. In this specific conversation, the Brown is being much more reasonable.
Sort of. I think a big problem is that I don't think he understands. I genuinely think he can't understand Sean. That's why he keeps smiling.
I don't think so. I think the smile is just trying to be diplomatic.
Maybe.
That
trying not to show stress as well.
illegally. Why would you vote for that?
It was not, the bill did not just include that issue. There were other things in the bill. And
name one.
So I cannot pick and choose. I don't have a veto where I can strike out one portion of a bill.
You would have voted against it otherwise? What was the big provision that prevented you from kicking these people out of our country?
Look, I don't memorize. I vote on thousands of bills. Memorize.
He doesn't know.
See, that also... Okay, if he wasn't told in advance he was going to be asked about that bill, then I can't really blame him for not remembering every detail of every bill he's voted on.
I think you should probably fucking know. Why, particularly, look, if your argument is going to be...
Depends how recent it was as well. It might have been a while ago. It might have been years ago. I don't know.
But if your argument is for why you voted against something, is that there's other things in it that I voted that spurred on my decision, and it wasn't that aspect... You probably should know what it was. What you should be able to at least articulate some. And I get
it's a lot to expect to have such a good memory.
I think this is horrific.
But okay, if he was given no information about what he'd be talking about today, I can't fault him for not remembering this, especially if it wasn't a bill that had just happened. However, he probably was just told how to vote. The thing is, this is not revealed from this interview. The interview was so aggressive, we got no useful information.
Yeah,
it actually made him look a bit better.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any more context. Rep. Senators vote in bill against H.R. 7907 or 09, the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act, that's what it's called, is indefensible. The bill mandates deportation for illegals convicted of sex crimes, domestic violence, or child abuse. Current law has gaps. Bureaucratic delays lets predators slip through. This closes them. Yet 158 Democrats voted no, claiming redundancy, while ignoring real cases like Minnesota's $250 million daycare fraud scheme tied to migrant criminals. The law already worked. Why DHS launch probes post-passage? So the bill that he voted against is called the Violence Against Women by Illegal Aliens Act. Kind of difficult to get confused by that. And
unfortunately,
again, this could be what?
They name bills sometimes. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not saying that is what happened, just that it could be. What he's saying could have been true. This guy's tweet seems to show that it was just about one thing, and it was about redundancy, and that's not really a good reason. But I don't know. I haven't read the bill. It's hundreds of pages, I imagine. So,
but I presume that they went into talking about this. And I'm sorry, though.
To be clear, heuristically, it is safe to assume that he is on the dishonest side of things. I'm not defending him. Just in principle, we don't actually know. And Sean doesn't know either. And Sean probably knows that his line of reasoning here is completely dishonest and unfair. I'm not defending this guy. I expect this guy is a scumbag.
I would just say that if a bill comes up and it's called something similar, like I don't know, and bills, of course, are almost always given over the top names like that make them sound overwhelmingly good, regardless of what's actually in them.
Indeed,
you should know and expect that. And I presume he was told maybe that you were going to talk about this, but it was leading up to this, them talking about this fucking bill. If you're going to sign something, like if you're going to say, no, I'm voting against the Stop Rape Act, right? Against the Punish Rapists Act. Let's put it that way. The Punish Rapists Act. You better fucking know and have a good reason laid out to answer why you did that. Because of how the bill is named. Because it's obviously optically horrific. So you should have a good reason to say why you voted against it. Because you have to know you're going to be asked about that if you're an elected official, which this guy is.
I do believe that such criminals must be deported. There is no doubt about it.
Well, you voted against it, so obviously you don't.
Okay, Sean is making me fucking hate him in this conversation. I already didn't like him much.
I don't like him.
He gave the Brown gave the right answer in the end.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, he gave the right answer when being pressed, but his actions speak louder than words, and he can't even explain. He had an opportunity there, could not even fucking explain why it is that he voted against it. Right? That's
if the bill was recent or as you say, like if it's really important, then yeah, he should more so be able to remember, or if he was warned in advance. I suspect he wasn't warned in advance, and it wasn't that recent a bill.
Well, let's look it up.
In which case, I struggle to blame him for that.
Let's find out how recent it is. Let's find out how recent it is.
Yeah.
2023, 2024.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
It looks like it was late. It looks like it was late 2024, September. So when was it pulled on last?
A little over a year ago.
No, not in September. Oh yeah, September. So a little over a year ago. Yeah.
I can't expect someone to remember every detail of a bill from over a year ago when he reads a lot of bills. I'm sorry to say it, I've hated everything I've seen from this guy in the past. I don't think he actually did anything wrong in this conversation.
Spoon, what do you take? What's your take on it?
Which one?
Wait, do you think it's unreasonable to expect this guy who is claiming that he had other reasons for voting against the Stop Illegal Criminal Rapists Act to remember that he voted against a year ago, to remember why it is he voted against it if it was not to protect illegal rapists?
You're asking these people to think and make coherent sense.
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking hell. No.
I would like to. I'm curious if there's some record somewhere of what the Democrat objections were.
Sure.
We don't have to look it up, but I'm curious because if the reason was bad, like we just don't need it because existing laws already cover it and it's just redundant, then that's not a very good reason. And I'm willing to believe that actually you did need it.
What are the arguments?
But maybe they actually have a good reason. I don't know.
Okay, the bill was performative, did not do what Republicans claimed it would do specifically. It did not add any new protections for victims of DV, did not add any new grounds for deportation that did not already exist. This sounds like exactly what that comment was describing, though. Did not add any new grounds for denial of entry into the U.S. did not already exist. The bigger problem is it was drafted so broadly, risk making being a victim of DV grounds for inadmissibility or deportation. Read this eloquent... by Jerry Nadler. Oh my god, this will be fair. But here's their excuse. We are again marking up a bill that is another attempt by the majority to scapegoat fear-mongering about immigrants. Despite its title, the bill will impact not only those who are undocumented, but lawful permanent residents or green card holders. The bill will do nothing to secure our border or fix our broken immigration system. It does not close any gaps, any loopholes in the law. Purely a messaging bill, an attempt to score cheap political points. Then you probably should have just fucking signed it for the political points, shouldn't you?
If it would do no harm to sign it, maybe. But yeah. I mean, again, I'm not defending the position. I'm just saying that I think there is a plausible position here that's not just evil. It sounds like maybe there is. I don't know. I think we'd have to look into the bill in great detail, more so than we should do on stream, to say for sure.
Yeah.
But I can't help. But I'm sorry, chap. I'm not really a sides guy. I'm too reasonable, I think. I can't help but side with the Brown in that conversation. I don't think he said anything wrong. Sean Hannity was being a complete cock.
He was being a cock. I agree with that. Spastic USA. What is it? Spastic. Oh, Spasticus Autisticus. Sorry, the way that YouTube has changed the names now to truncate them all and get rid of capitalization makes it way harder to read and put numbers on them. Spasticus Autisticus for £2 says, "Bye Ganesha, bye Ganesha, bye Ganesha."
Hey, I already made that joke.
Did you? I mean, you made something similar. Did you? M2M Tomb for 10 says, "The whole world stands on the brink, staring down into bloody hell. All these liberals and intellectuals and smooth talkers, and all of a sudden, nobody can think of anything to say." Rorschach, yeah.
That is, yeah, indeed.
Indeed. I think the reason why they're doing a lot of this stuff, though, is like I said, they the running the red lights and stuff, doing so much of this shit, not talking about the Indian guy now, but just in general, is because they know they won't get arrested, like I said. They know they won't get in trouble. And this guy's going to just straight out say the quiet part out loud.
A jury in Seattle just a quick...
By the way, this guy... I don't know what side he's on or what position he has, but he does lay it out here in terms of how this actually works.
Man of ramming his car into 4 ICE agents. They looked at the mountain of evidence against him, which included neighbor's ring cam, eyewitness testimony from officers, bystanders on the street, the helicopter circling. They looked at the mountain of evidence against this guy, and they acquitted him within like 5 minutes. If you live in Western Washington, you just got a green light to go beat the fuck out of ICE agents until you run those stupid fucks out of your community, because there's not a single jury in your state that's going to convict you.
I mean, from stupid fucks out of your community, I'm pretty sure he's a leftist. It's weird because the way when I first heard this, I was a little bit confused because it sounds like he recognizes the absurdity of how much evidence is against this guy in this particular case, and then just goes, yeah, you got the green light, and it sounds like it's condemnatory, but then he seems to be on the fucking page with it. Yeah, you can't get convicted of doing that stuff. You can harm people, you can probably kill them, and walk off scot-free. Crazy. He's a bro, he's on our side. I mean, okay. He called ice bastards or something similar to that, so I wasn't sure. But Southern accent and some of the framing, honestly, and it's so hard to tell sometimes. I wasn't sure. He's a bro though, okay. Of course, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, has weighed in a bit on it. Watch the officer's face next to him as he says this.
Not sustainable. This is an impossible situation that our city is presently being put in. And at the same time, we are trying to find a way forward to keep people safe, to protect our neighbors, to maintain order.
Really?
And we're in a position right now where we have residents that are asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street, to stand by their neighbors.
What? You want me to
He is gonna say no to that.
You want me to fight federal agents in the street?
I saw a statistic, I can't remember the numbers, but the upshot was a lot of police officers in Minneapolis have quit and joined ICE.
Yes, I've seen that as well. A lot of them have. Because they're probably fucking sick and tired of not being able to actually do anything in their own city. And being asked to fight with federal agents.
We cannot be at a place right now in America.
But that really is insurrection.
We have two.
Yeah, 1,000 yards there. He's like, what the? Yeah, he's considering joining ICE right now, I think.
Governmental.
Like Trump was talking about starting the Insurrection Act. This speech right here. This would be insurrection.
It's not the only one. Tim Walz has done more or less the same. And then asked for Trump to turn down the temperature.
These that are literally fighting one another.
Crazy. Holy shit. That's the mayor. They have been, unfortunately, forced to admit that what the protesters are doing at this point is unlawful, begrudgingly. So here it is. Here's that guy. He's going to talk now. He's going to have to say something. And
IANO''HARA. I am the Minneapolis Police Chief. At 6:51 p.m., Minneapolis Police received a 911 call reporting a shooting on the 600 block of 24 Avenue North. Preliminary information indicates that there was a struggle with a federal agent in front of the resident.
This is
During the struggle, the federal agent discharged his weapon, striking one adult male.
Oh, no, it's another one.
The adult male then retreated inside of the residence, where he remained inside and refused to come out. Eventually, federal agents made entry into the residence, and the individual was brought to an ambulance where he has been transported to the hospital. Minneapolis police have secured the crime scene around the location, and the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, as well as the FBI, are on the scene processing the evidence. There's a crowd gathered in the area, and we have called for mutual aid from the Minnesota State Patrol and Hennepin County Sheriff. The crowd is engaging in unlawful acts. They have thrown fireworks at police officers, and at multiple times, gas has been deployed. Police are attempting to disperse this unlawful assembly at this time. I urge anyone that is at the scene to leave immediately. This is already a very tense situation, and we do not need this to escalate any further. I have faith that the investigators are involved will follow every lead in this case and ensure it is completed to its logical conclusion.
Very procedural, but I can't see anything wrong.
I mean, they're clearly in. So after his little bullshit there, they have to admit, yeah, well, they're engaging in unlawful behavior. So, and he did not again seem too pleased about being asked to go fight federal agents. And so, yeah, duh. Obviously, the tensions are spiraling out of control. Trump's statement here is just like a no duh on it.
Enthusiasm that I am declaring that anyone who protests or interferes with ICE and their operations is officially gay, big time. With that being said, go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines. Maybe decorate a bathroom, who knows? In either case, this is who you are now, and everybody knows it. Cat's out of the bag. Cat is out of the bag. My fellow Americans.
Oh yeah, thanks for the text telling me that's a deep fake.
That was
what could I have guessed?
What a great message from U.S. President Donald Trump. Truly,
it was
unreal.
I know, it was great. Who knows what flamers do at their time?
Flamers has taken on a whole new meaning given the anime we watched recently.
Oh yeah, watching Tiger and Bunny.
It sounds like a fetish anime, but it's not.
It sounds like a fetish anime.
Yes.
The fuck? I have to use the restroom. I will be right back. Spoon, are you there? Or did you fall asleep?
Oh, don't put it on me. I was tired coming into this.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Do you want me to just Q&A with the audience and raise the fucking temperature?
Yeah, you're good at that. Just piss everybody off. That is your talent.
Do you have a thing to put a big BRB thing on the screen?
No.
You need to go to the Wizarding School of Stream Tech, I think.
Oh, it will take it'll be 1 second. Give me just 1 second. I'll be right back.
All right, chat. I am holding down the fort while Aiden is AFK and Spoon is having a sleepy nappy time. So give me something to respond to. How is it a deep fake? It seemed so real. Oh, if only. You know what? That's probably what he's thinking, Trump. You're all gay. Used to Aiden having to pee 10 times a show. Well, you may not be used to it coinciding with when Spoon happens to be a sleepy weepy boy. And also, there's no one else here. Did that happen often on these streams where there'll literally just be no one around and it'll go to like a beer at back screen? What do you think of the New World Order thing from Carney? I don't know what that is. What are you gay? That's a lot of German. I don't read that filthy language. Women can't hold it in as well, I suppose. What do you think about the Turkey Tom scandal? Who or what? The first time I ever heard that name, I was like, no, that's a fake YouTuber. You just made that up. As it turns out, sadly, it is real. Crisis, the avatar of games, meaning visually gorgeous but bland. No, Crisis was just an example. The reason I use Crisis as the example there is because people often described it as a sandbox game, but it's not. It's just a wide path that's well hidden, so I often use that for that analogy. Spoon will fall asleep and Bill, and they didn't have to carry. Why has Spoon fallen asleep, lads? Mark Carney actually used the phrase in an event in China. Oh, really?
I can hear everything you just said.
Ah, welcome back, Spoon. Good morning. What was your nap?
Well, it is morning here, technically speaking. So hi.
Loading screen for Aiden and Spoon, maybe. Well, I mean,
no,
some sort of be right back.
See, Aiden's fine.
She's AFK.
Is she? Because that loading thing's been there for fucking ages. And why? Aiden had this. I don't know what Aiden does. Aiden has this really strange thing where whenever she shares, she can't seem to distinguish the difference between sharing the browser and sharing the screen. Because I think when she shares her screen and she brings up something, then it overlaps, and she doesn't get the thing that she wants to show. And then it gets this kind of a screen now. Oh, hold on a second.
So, if we have to rely on either a woman or what I'm being told is a tech boomer for technology, Just go to the Wizarding School of Tech.
What is it?
Being asked for elevator music. Hey, Watermelon, as for the tits on my stream, they can actually be disabled by user input. It's a stream contribution reward.
Well, let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello. I just have this clip from Scott Jennings here because I don't know why they.
Scott's been making the rounds, and he said he sent one earlier where he just said, "Watch with the sound off," and it's just him looking at the camera. Like for like 45 seconds, the woman is just you just watch with the sound off, and you can just see the look on his face. It's like a fucking comedy skit.
I don't know why they keep letting him on CNN and all these outlets.
He's basically whatever. He's a token conservative, but normally you have like the token lib to look like a shithead. He looks like this a Chad Morgan people, but he doesn't even need to. He can just look at the camera and go, "Can you believe these fucking idiots?" That's basically what he does.
Yeah, it's like Fox News for a long time. I don't know if it's this person's still on there, but there's a woman who called herself the liberal Sherpa, and was just there to amuse boomers by being the token retarded feminist leftoid. Yeah. And that works for Fox News because they had this woman on there all the time to look retarded. Like that was the whole point. They let Scott Jennings on and he just mogs them every day. It's so bizarre. But anyway, there's this one.
Citizens being harassed by ICE,
of non-citizens being stopped randomly simply based on maybe they have an accent, maybe they happen to be in a particular place.
That's called profiling because they are not actually United States citizens.
The rioters are out there harassing people for being white, for having the wrong kind of car, for having the wrong kind of shirt. So, you're also doing a little profiling, aren't you?
Near an airport working for Uber. And at the very least, it raises questions about whether people's constitutional rights are being violated. And if that is the case...
So they don't have any fucking constitutional rights.
Exactly.
She's talking specifically about the ones who have been misidentified.
Which has happened.
I don't think that there are procedures that explain and justify it. You want to be careful with that, but at the same time, this needs to be solved quickly.
Well, Scott's answer, I think, explains it, is a good answer to this.
Isn't it justified for Americans to be concerned about that?
So, according to the reporting, there have been 170 American citizens who have been detained for some period of time during this period in which they have deported about 660,000 illegal aliens. That's about a 99 point.
Damn.
Yeah. Here's the statistic.
Deported about 660,000 illegal aliens. That's about a 99.9997% success rate. If any other government agency got stuff that right that often, we'd be throwing them a ticker tape parade.
The issue is, of course, that they have to report the instances and they're less likely to report the misses. But it's still multiply those misses by 4. That's still a good rate. Multiply by 10. It's still a pretty good rate.
There is no other U.S. governmental department that has anything like that kind of success rate. If it's 98%, if it's 97%, there isn't any other department that's that accurate. If it's 90, there's nothing that's that accurate. I agree that it's very serious and it should be highly accurate, but it's 99.9997 or something in that vicinity, right? Is that actually it? I can do the calculator real quick on it. I assume it's correct. Yeah, it's got to be. With that numbers, it has to be. So, Tim Walz, we covered the mayor, now the governor, who of course was Kamala Harris's running mate. He desperately wants to get the attention off of the fraud scandal, I think. So he's
probably because he's implicated in it.
Yes, would be my guess. So he really wants to focus on this stuff, and he went maybe a little bit too far, had a little bit of an oopsie, because he called for insurrection, is what happened.
Oh, your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot.
This is sort of like his first...
And express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully as you always
This is where it started, okay? This is not where it ends.
do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis.
Why?
To Minnesotans, know that our administration is
Wait, Spoon, did you ask that? I thought there was someone in the crowd for a second.
going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice.
Oh, yeah, sure
The State
thing.
Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center.
He's got all kind of hands on deck for this ICE stuff, for this Renee Good situation and the ICE crowd.
State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government.
You need some outside accountability.
You harbored criminals to the point of the federal government needing to be involved. What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking tard.
There's been billions upon billions of dollars of fraud that has bled the residents of your state. You don't think you need some outside oversight? Because remember, this is all in the same couple of weeks as all of these fraud stories coming out of Minnesota.
This fucker could have been vice president of the United States. That's fucking insane.
I know. Yeah. Every time that he does something retarded, it's like, keep in mind, this guy allegedly could have been vice president of the U.S. Millions of people voted for this guy to be VP.
I just realized who he reminds me of. He looks like a retarded version of Dick Cheney.
Yeah. More retarded Dick Cheney.
You've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety.
I'm pretty sure to you there's a hell of a lot of things that are more important than that. I think that's probably like lowest on your list of priorities.
It's very ironic.
A warning order.
The one tried to like basically bomb foreigners. The other one's trying to give them tax. Either one is using tax dollars on foreigners, by the way. That's the one thing that
every time
they have in common.
That's the dichotomy of the left and right, baby.
To prepare the Minnesota. Do you remember chat and everyone else? Someone in chat asking who even voted for this guy? Rigging. Like you should assume, given what we saw in 2020, that every single solid blue state in the US is completely consumed by election rigging.
And there's been more and more evidence about that that's come out in Minnesota in particular. In these fraud investigations, which we probably won't cover tonight, I think, just because this story was so huge. And again, it goes on for so long. I might cover a little bit of it before we head out. But yeah, maybe some of the Minnesota fraud stuff, and
don't forget, that doesn't mean that Republicans would just win if the rigging was gone, but it builds up a consensus over time. The more times you get Democrats elected, the more Democrat policies can get into place, the more infested they can get themselves into the system, the more propaganda, the more normalization. So it becomes routine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops.
What the fuck? These are our troops. Again, we're going to fight against the federal government. Our troops versus their troops.
They're teachers in your community. They're business owners. They're construction professionals. They're
military, dude. They're probably mostly conservative.
That's the thing, too, yeah.
Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight.
Oh, you mean that's what you've done? That's what you have done. You have made Minnesota into a battleground. Minnesota has been a battleground for a long time. George Floyd, for example. You have made Minnesota a battleground because of the rampant fucking fraud and illegal shit that you've gotten up to.
We will not take the bait. We will continue to update.
Oh, you're not going to take the bait, are you? He took the bait, by the way.
You, Minnesota, as we get more information. Now I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Bob.
Yeah, so that was his more tempered response. This is from the same speech, this one. Because he gets increasingly fucking angry. He can't really hide, which is what he wants to do, is go to fucking war with the federal government. One sec. I think it's hard to hear, so I'm going to read it. It says, you're important. No, I don't have the question here. Let's just listen. My God, look at the fucking sign language interpreter.
Yeah, she's going for it.
Look, and I understand the uniqueness of this moment in this week, following this week, seeing what's happening in the backdrop of a show hearing
in D.C., my job is to govern, and my job is to
doing a great
see
job.
what the facts are. This happened a couple of hours ago, and we're already pitting American against American. All of you saw a video in your eyes.
Weird, like you just did in the same speech. Federal government versus Minnesota National Guard. Who's pitting American against American, Tim?
We have a chaotic situation caused by the largest deployment in American history of federal agents into a community with no communication to locals. We had a chaotic situation.
It quite literally is. Again, they're on apps to be able to form mobs within minutes.
Where an individual is in their car shot and killed. And so, look, I want to be very cautious here because Donald Trump will make this about me.
Donald Trump will make it about me while he keeps making it about Trump. You just made it about Trump and then accused Trump of making it about you. You're the fucking governor of the state, retard. Yeah, this shit and the fraud is at some level on you. It's where the buck is supposed to stop.
He will make this about politics.
It is about politics. The fraud stuff is how you get elected.
About public.
Honestly, it's not. It's not about ideology. Put it that way. It's not about ideology. It's about the politics machine, the politics industry. It's not about the actual political part of it.
No, it's the fraud stuff is absolutely, at least that part of it that he's still under fire for as well, of course, is absolutely about politics. Because what do? They import third worlders.
Yeah.
They give them massive amounts of welfare. They let them vote.
How much of that fraud money goes directly to ActBlue?
A lot of it, yeah.
It's about normalcy. To Americans who are watching this, if you're in Portland or you're in
he said normalcy, you can never say it again.
Oh, no.
Or you're wherever they're coming next, stand with us. Stand with us against this. This was so...
The fucking sign language interpreter.
So unnecessary. And I don't know. I hope. Maybe we're at the McCarthy moment. Do you have no decency? Do you have no decency? We have someone dead in there.
Yes, it's sad that woman is dead. Because it means a child doesn't have a mother anymore. I agree. It is sad.
He might have been better off without her.
I don't want to say that. What's sadder is the fucking political environment that people like Tim Walz have created that made her think that she was in the right to go and do that shit.
Tim,
fuck with federal
do
agents.
you know how many people are, in your words, dead because the illegal immigrants are in the country?
Or raped?
It's not one, Tim. It's
more than one. It's
hundreds of thousands or millions.
Who have been killed, raped, assaulted.
No, it's fine. It's fine when hundreds of thousands or millions are killed by foreign retards who should never have been here. But when one person is killed defending himself while he's part of the government, oh, well, now that's over. It's over. There's got to be a line somewhere here, Tim, where something has to be done. And frankly, part of that needs to be you need to be arrested, assuming you are indeed implicated in the fraud. And or if you're engaging in insurrection. I wouldn't be saying this if Trump was enforcing arbitrary laws or being a dictator. Like, if he was doing the right thing, I might still have some sort of leniency, but still, I wouldn't be making the legal case. But legally speaking, what he's doing is 100% the correct thing to do legally. It is one of the foundational aspects of any nation. It's early in the Constitution. He is enforcing basic border
security
protection, basic border security. It's well within it is almost the primary thing the federal government is charged with dealing with, and he's doing it, as best as one can expect.
And it is a federal issue.
Yeah,
it is.
And he's actually playing it by the book. The fact that it's not going perfectly, that not every incident is just clean and perfect. Frankly, Tim, one, you shouldn't expect that. Secondly, it's because of people that listen to faggots like you who are resisting the process of basic law being enforced.
Obama deported a bunch of people. Technically, Biden did too.
So now, in a case like this,
at the gate, but still.
In a case like this, citing Insurrection Act, like there are probably many times in the past it's been considered for use where I wouldn't have agreed it's justified. With Tim Walz given what I expect he's about to say. I
state's
think
out
I
of
remember
control.
seeing this myself.
It's rogue. Yeah.
It is practically rogue. Given he's the governor, Trump could do it now. I wouldn't mind.
He's the governor, and it gets worse. By the way, this is his more measured response. It got worse later. Yeah, I don't know how. Apparently, a bunch of people showing up at the Capitol building, being led into the Capitol building, walking around and taking a dump on Nancy Pelosi's desk is an insurrection. If that's an insurrection, how is this not? This is the governor of a state saying we will not comply with the federal government. And in fact, we're going to fight them.
Her car.
Nancy Pelosi probably wouldn't have been elected if not for rigging she must know is happening. Don't know that for sure, but if that's true, then the insurrection was committed by her on a far greater scale long before he ever took a well-deserved shit on her desk.
Yeah.
Reason whatsoever. And I don't want to be right about this, but I said if they do this, they're going to create a chaotic situation.
Well, I've got good news for you, Tim.
Yeah, good thing that you're wrong.
And they did it. And now we hear more political rhetoric. Enough. Enough is enough. And so to me,
yeah, enough is enough. You need to get fucking control of your state.
Minnesotans, don't take the bait. Do not take the bait. Do not allow them to deploy federal troops into here.
What is not taking the bait then? It sounds kind of like he's saying don't go out and burn shit down. But then he's telling his own officers they need to go fight with ICE.
I think what he's saying here is I don't want to be held responsible for you fighting the officers, but if you could just create a lot of chaos, that would be a really nice distraction.
Yeah, I think that's probably more or less it.
Allow them to invoke the Insurrection Act. Do not allow them to declare martial law. Do not allow them to lie about the security and the decency of this state. And
you don't have to lie about it.
Play itself out. Let's make sure we.
That's right, Tim. Look, the best defense against ICE is not to have any illegal immigrants in the first place.
Yeah.
You should try that.
And then just comply with the officers. Just, let them conduct their investigations. If people are there illegally, they're in the country illegally, and they need to go back.
I encourage you to use your First Amendment rights and all of your constitutional rights, but do so in a peaceful manner. We'll gather back with you as soon as we gather more information that needs to be put out. But again, stay safe, Minnesotans, and we'll be back with you.
Difficult to stay safe when you've filled your country with illegals who you protect from punishment. So, yep, he deployed the National Guard. That happened. Is this an additional thing about it, or is it just the same? Yeah.
Governors, the protection of the people of Minnesota, and you can be assured whether it's the State Patrol or whether it's the National Guard, their deployment is there to protect Minnesotans from whatever it is. If it's an act of nature, if it's a global pandemic, or in this case, if it is a rogue federal agent. I don't know at this time, and I want to be very careful.
The fucking irony. A rogue federal agent.
Hold on a second. What you're saying is that the federal agents who aren't rogue are fine. If they go rogue, now they're not doing what the federal government wants them to do. That could be a problem. Well, Tim, you know what? Kind of agree with you. But so far, we haven't seen that happen.
But what he's asking his agents to do is to go rogue.
Yes.
It's bizarre. Yeah.
Exactly the kind of two-faced, two-minded deception that you'd expect from these people. I would say he's coached, but he's reading it so badly. It's hard to believe he is.
I think he's just a moron. I think he's a violent leftist communist is what he is. And this is when it got more insane. So he put out this prepared video. That was in a press conference. Then he puts this out.
They're pulling over people indiscriminately, including U.S. citizens.
Oh, you mean like how there's people driving around the streets of Minnesota attacking people because their cars look like ICE cars? Running red lights and driving crazy, trying to chase down ICE vehicles based on vibes?
Yeah, from what I saw in that traffic violations video, if ICE pulled over every moving thing in Minneapolis, they probably hit like a 90% accuracy rate for traffic law violations.
Yeah.
Need to see their papers. And at grocery stores, at bus stops, even at our schools. They're breaking windows, dragging pregnant women down the street.
Oh my God.
Just plain grabbing Minnesotans and shoving them into unmarked.
They're not Minnesotans. They're not Americans. They're illegal immigrants. Are some of them Americans, and have there been mistakes? Yeah. But overwhelmingly, they're illegal immigrants. They're not Minnesotans by definition.
Kidnapping innocent people with no warning.
They're not innocent. They've broken the law by being here illegally.
Process. Let's be very, very clear. This long ago stopped being a matter of immigration enforcement.
What?
Instead,
don't think
it's a campaign of organized brutality against the people.
What do you think the motive is, Tim? If it's not immigration, why are they doing this?
They just hate Browns. That's it, right? I'm sure that's what people like him think. They just hate brown people. Of course, they attacked a brown guy and don't give a fuck and are extremely racist themselves. And will attack people for being white, but whatever.
By our own federal government.
Never mind, some of the ICE agents themselves are brown.
Brown. Or Asian, yeah. You know.
Campaign claimed the life of Renee Nicole Good. We've all watched the video. We've all seen what happened.
Except for the problem is that your side watched the video in a way that, and came away with conclusions that were fantastic. And by that I mean false.
They probably read the CNN opening paragraph, watched a brief clip of the video with commentary, and then read the here's how you should be interpreting that paragraph. They saw video. They did not see enough. And there was no better example than this, still, even now, than George Floyd, where with the initial video clip, I said, "Oh, that doesn't look good," and I initially sided sort of with the left, like, "Shit, that actually does look bad." Holy shit, how that changed once we got more information.
Yeah, and the police, the body cam footage, well, I think it was a cell phone footage, has been out, and they're still running with the same shit. It doubling down on it. Like I said, now it seems that where they've settled is, well, he shouldn't have been standing in front of her car if he didn't want to get hit. Sounds like permission to run over protesters on the street.
And yet, instead of conducting an impartial investigation so we can hold accountable the officer responsible for Renee's death, the Trump administration is devoting the full power of the federal government to finding an excuse to attack the victim and her family. Just yesterday, 6 federal prosecutors, including the longtime career prosecutor leading the charge to investigate and eliminate fraud in our state's programs, quit their jobs rather than go along with this assault on the United States.
No, I think the reason that the guy in charge of investigating fraud quit is because he's about to get in really big trouble. What? He should not have admitted that the guy in charge of investigating fraud quit, and then pretend like it has something to do with Renee Good and it doesn't have something to do with the $9 billion in childcare fraud alone.
It's Constitution. But as bad as it's been, Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week,
Donald Trump's going to talk about me. Donald Trump's going to talk about me. Can't go without mentioning Trump.
He went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming.
I wish.
That's a direct threat against the people of this state.
Again, insane. He makes threat after threat after threat. And then says he's being threatened. This is Darvo. This is fucking Darvo.
Who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and
there it is, there's the word.
Profound grace. All across Minnesota, people are stepping up to help their neighbors.
Yep, we've seen plenty of examples of people stepping up to help their neighbors tonight, haven't we? Indeed.
Who are being unjustly and unlawfully targeted. They're distributing care packages and walking kids to school.
And beating people up.
Raising their voices in peaceful protest.
I would call it peaceful.
Doing so has made many of our fellow Minnesotans targets for violent retribution. Folks, I know it's scary. And I know it's absurd that we all have to be defending law and order, justice, and humanity. Well,
again, the irony. We're the ones defending law and order. Rampant fraud. What Renee Good was doing was illegal. She was blocking traffic. And then she refused to listen to an officer's orders.
Also caring for
and tried to hit him, or certainly looked like she was trying to hit him.
Our families and trying to do our jobs. So tonight, let me say once again to Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, end this occupation.
Oh my God, I'm being occupied.
Enough. Let me say 4 critical things to the people of Minnesota.
Okay, that.
4 things I want you to hear as you watch the news.
What?
I said don't clip that.
Oh yeah.
news and look out for your neighbors. First, Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We cannot give him what he wants.
Seems like the one who wants violence and confusion is the one calling on the National Guard to fight federal agents. The one trying to cover up millions and billions of dollars worth of fraud in your state.
We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. Indeed, as hard as we will fight.
He's got to put that peacefully thing in there. But of course, what he knows what he means, which he doesn't mean peaceful protest. And he knows that his audience doesn't hear peaceful. They know, oh yeah, sure, peaceful. By that you mean go riot.
Well, the main product of this is someone in a position of authority supports their general cause. So what they're already doing will just be reinforced. He can say peaceful as much as he wants.
Yeah.
That's the effect. And that could apply to the right as well. I don't think the mechanics are the same. And I also think that when the right does it, it is actually peaceful in almost all cases. Jan 6th does not count. It was mostly federal agents. And also justified legally.
Yes. Yeah.
Box. We cannot and will not let violence prevail. You're angry, I'm angry. Angry is not a strong enough word, but we must remain peaceful. Second,
how about butt mad? Ass blasted?
Yeah, butt blasted, yeah. Yeah, ass blasted.
You are not helpless, and you are certainly not alone. All across Minnesota.
Rectally aroused?
Something like that.
Not just to resist, but to help people who are in danger. Thousands upon thousands of our fellow Minnesotans are going to be relying on mutual aid in the days and weeks to come.
It's literally, this is sanctioned by the governor to do those kinds of flash mobs we saw earlier. That's what he's talking about with that mutual aid thing. Use that to go harass regular people who you think might be ICE agents. Use that to protect pedophiles. That's what he has sanctioned the use of mob violence and harassment to protect pedophiles and to attack federal agents.
Come, and they need our support.
Look, I don't like the feds either, okay? I don't really like cops. But you have to follow orders if a cop gives you one. And you can't run one over with your fucking car. Unless you're Terry Davis. Then you can do it. They glow in the dark.
Tonight I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities.
Can someone draw this guy with like a bunch of shiny silver paint around his mouth?
I mean, yeah, you can just visualize it. He's definitely a paint huffer.
To peacefully film ICE agents.
Not what I meant, Hayden.
What did you mean?
Witness me.
Yeah.
The chat got it, even if you didn't.
Well, they were fucking, yeah. Did he say witness me? Oh.
Kind of.
So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record.
He even gave them explicit instructions of how to harass them.
Not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution. The third thing I want to say to you tonight is, we will not have to live like this forever. Accountability is coming. At the voting.
Says the guy who again has allowed rampant unaccountability and fraud to occur in his state.
Booth and in court. We will reclaim our communities from Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
We will reestablish a sense of safety for our neighbors. And we will bring an end to this moment of chaos, confusion, and trauma. We will find a way to move forward, and we'll do it together. And we'll not be alone. Every day we are working with business leaders, faith leaders, legal experts, and elected officials from across this country. They've all seen what Donald Trump is trying to do to our state, and they know their states could be next. And that brings me to the fourth thing I want to say tonight, Minnesota, how incredibly proud I am of the way that you've risen to meet this unbearable moment. But I'm not at all surprised, because this is who we are. Minnesotans believe in the rule of law, and Minnesotans believe in the dignity of all people. We're a place where there's room for everybody, no matter who you...
No, you're actually running out of room and funding to pay all the people you're shoving into the state.
I'm not sure that was the best thing for him to say, given what we're currently discussing. Everybody, no. Tim, which everybody? Everybody, or U.S. citizens, everybody?
No, everybody.
Everybody. Well,
Again,
that's the fucking problem, isn't it, Tim? What you've just done here, Tim, is you've unpicked every single opposition you have to ICE in saying that.
Yeah.
Are who you love, or where you came from. A place where we feed our kids, we take care of our neighbors, and we look out for those in the shadows of life. We're an island of decency in a country being driven towards cruelty. We will remain an island of decency, of justice, of community, of
Aiden. Wolf 576 in Cabal, a prolific, excellent quality meme maker for Cabal, has made this.
One sec. There we go. Oh my god, hang on, let me open that up. Open link.
You just grayscaled it, didn't you? You just selected the mouth and grayscaled it. It works. It works.
It does. There you go.
Thank you, Wolf. Very good.
Witness me. There it is.
You even got the background. Okay, you did the background as well. I will give you credit. That's a lot more work than I thought. Well done. Well done.
And tonight I come before you simply to ask, don't let anyone take that away from us. Thank you, protect each other, and may God bless the people of Minnesota.
Okay, thanks, Tim. That was
and
great.
Everyone knows from it they're trying to protect.
I know, right? M2M Tomb for 10 says, Oblivion gallops closer, favoring the spur, sparing the rain. For my own part, regret nothing. Have lived life free from compromise and step into the shadow now without complaint. Yep, Rip Rorschach.
I've lived life free from compromise and several strictly unnecessary but generally useful words that one usually includes in a sentence, but I don't.
Rorschach does tend to do that.
I mean, that is how insane leftists would try and make someone sound like savage or inhuman just by cutting a few words out.
Yeah, that's Alan Moore. That's what he was trying to do. So here's a little back-to-back on Tim Walz here.
And it's clear, look, I don't think any governor in history has had to fight a war against the federal government.
He straight up called it a war against the federal government.
There's a few things wrong with that statement, Tim.
Yeah, and there's also quite a few things historically wrong with that statement.
Every single day. Well, I said this yesterday. We've never been at war with our federal government. And it's clear, look,
We've never been at war.
Okay.
Dude,
strictly, technically, those two don't contradict, but in practice, the intent sure seems to.
Yeah. Then, again, the riots, all this stuff starts flaring up, getting worse and worse, and now, all of a sudden, he makes an appeal to Donald Trump. I'm making a direct appeal to the president. Let's turn the temperature down. Stop this campaign of retribution. This is not who we are. This is an appeal to Minnesotans. I know this is scary. We must speak loudly, urgently, but also peacefully. Cannot fan the flames of chaos. That's what he wants. In his appeal to Trump, he attacks Trump. Because that's what he wants. What a great appeal, Tim. I've got another good example of that, by the way. Because I'm just going to get through this last little stuff with Minnesota, and then I think we're going to end for the evening, because this is so much. There's so much here of just this one fucking story. But we'll be back on Wednesday to cover this stuff. So another Nick Shirley video is dropped. I'm just going to play a little minute clip of it here.
Do you guys know where advanced mobility is?
So he was looking at into transportation fraud, and much like with the daycares, if you've not seen this video, much like with the daycares, it's all of these quote-unquote transportation companies that are clearly shells. They don't exist. It's just money laundering.
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
What is this? What is that?
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for advanced mobility. Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for advanced mobility. Nobody can help us right now.
This fucking looks like Somalia. Like,
has he got a couple of bodyguards with him there?
Yes, he has to have bodyguards.
For the best.
Yeah.
That's for the best.
Yes.
We're trying to get us out of here.
Get out!
We're looking for advanced mobility.
We don't care about advanced mobility.
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Get the fuck out of here, man! Get out! You need to get out! You need to get out! Get out!
Now they're pushing us out of here.
Get out!
Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out! Get out!
Would you like to give a statement on where advanced mobility is?
Nope. Go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do
he's well, that guy, I don't know who he works for, but he's a fucking YouTuber. It makes shit up. Well, then where's this advanced mobility place?
you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley, sir.
I don't care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
We
state
don't
of
care. We don't care about that. Get out of here.
Stop here.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here.
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting was we walked in there, and on the state's website, it says it's in suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
So just a whole nother layer of fraud. It's another massive video. I highly would suggest watching it. What I want to talk about, though, here before a couple last things here with the Minnesota stuff, is that the leftoids don't know how to handle this fraud stuff. I think they're very actually quite happy that Renee Good was shot because it let them pivot away from the fraud. That means don't leave up, ease up on the fraud. And it's not just Nick Shirley now. Tyler Oliveira has put out a documentary about massive fraud, unemployment fraud, SNAP fraud, welfare fraud that occurs in New York among the Hasidic Jew community. So they're having a freak out as well. I don't know, we won't get to tonight, but I will cover that later because there's a bunch of shit going on with the Jays as usual. But a streamer that I watch occasionally, and whose chat, if you ever watch him as well, you sometimes may see me typing in, is Papa Gut. This is appropriately named. People might be surprised to hear that about me, by the way, that I watch this guy, but I do, because I have often found him to be a very emotional, but a reasonable guy on the left. I have not watched him recently. I've heard he's had nothing but crash outs lately, and this was a crash out indeed. Eldritch Saga for 2 says we need to follow our laws and their laws. They don't. Yeah, exactly. We have to follow all the laws. They don't have to follow any. So Papa Goat was reacting to Nick Shirley's video. And I mean, there's just no way of describing it. He had a total crash out based entirely on emotions and politics and not based on reality. This is just crazy, but it's quite funny too.
Not a transportation company.
That's
one of the things I want us to do is, can we get a cum guzzle counter? Because we're going to need one.
crazy because the address is in 607. It's 607 South. So this is where they are right now, right? This is where they're supposed to be. He's not at the place that's actually...
The problem is he's got the address wrong, right? They're talking about something else. They are at the right address. He just gets convinced because he needs Nick Shirley to be wrong. He needs this to be incorrect. And then has a complete crash out based on his fuck up. And then deleted this. By the way, he deleted this VOD almost instantly.
Listed on the place.
He stopped mid-stream, like mid-sentence, deleted the VOD, and he's made an apology video that I'm also going to play a little bit of, not all of. I'm going to play to the point where it matters.
He's dumb. He's an idiot. He doesn't know how to read directions on maps.
Oh,
Safari.
Another thing to be aware of, this is Caleb Hammer. He runs the channel Financial Audit. I quite like Caleb. He is friends with Papa Gut. These two guys are friends. This is Papa Gut then reacting to his friend Caleb Hammer's coverage of this stuff. His friend. This is why it's really hard to be friends with a lot of leftoids, because they don't have any loyalty. It comes down to politics before friendship.
I really just need to look at this for this video. I don't care because we just figured out.
It's the same place. He just typed it in wrong. You can see it again on the screen here. 607 Cedar Ave South, Minneapolis, 607 Cedar Ave. He typed in the wrong address. Shirley's in the right place.
That they're lying about the address. I need to know if Caleb Hammer and their fact-checking team of like 30 different employees were able to figure out that they're at the wrong address because they're at 607 and not 607 South. I need to know like how desperate they are to cum guzzle fucking conservative propaganda.
See any signs denoting that there's any
cum guzzle counter
what do you
one.
do with your money? Do you just like shove it up your fucking ass, or do you actually like spend it on people doing their fucking job? I'm sick of this shit, dude. What the fuck is this? Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. This is crazy. It's crazy, bro. What the fuck is crazy, dude? You have a fucking... This kid is a retard. Nick Shirley's a fucking retard. He's going around lying about the places he's going to, and you sit there and you go, that's crazy. I'm just in the middle, guys. I'm cum guzzling conservative propaganda because there's no expectation from my fucking audience to fact check anything at all.
Deeply ironic considering he's wrong and has not fact checked this.
Everything he's saying is a fact when he's not at the correct location on the fucking paper he shows us in the video. Are you fucking kidding me? You have like 30 fucking employees, Caleb, where you fail constantly
Remember, Caleb Hammer is his personal friend.
Basic fucking research as you guzzle this fucking retard's cum. It's so crazy. This fraud is fucking crazy. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is this shit? How do you feel? Like, you are so weak. This is so weak. I don't give a fuck if this is a disproportionate crash out. I don't give a singular fuck. This is...
Spoiler alert, chat. He would eventually give a lot of fucks and immediately delete this.
Weak. This is pathetic. You are the facts guy that sits down and you lecture a bunch of fucking weird liberals about how they can't spend their money correctly, but you can't spend tens of millions of dollars to hire somebody to do a fucking Google search. That's insane. That is fucking insane. You made...
He's this mad while being completely wrong and not fact-checking it himself.
A live stream show so you could cum gargle whatever fucking narrative makes you more successful. And I don't even think it's about the money. I think you just want people to like you. That's fucking gay. Grow up. You want people to fucking like
works, you fat faggot.
Yeah.
You fucking morons. No, that is how democracy works. It is purely a popularity contest.
I disagree.
For the most part, even you have to admit that democracy is largely a popularity contest, Uzulu.
I disagree with the framing. There's some truth to that, but there's a lot more that justifies it.
What?
No,
how do the...
Do you want to have this discussion now, or do you want to not get distracted?
No, I think I can
We've done this to death, and I can very easily defend my positions.
Every time. Yes, you've defended it to your
the person who disagrees with me thinks I've lost. Spoon, you have demonstrated a shocking lack of objectivity on almost anything you discuss.
Oh my fucking god!
Coming from you, that is fucking insane.
Uzulu.
I don't think that either one of us has won or lost those arguments because I'm part of them. I think it would be wrong for me to say that.
What does the
but I still disagree with you, respectfully.
Why do they vote for
Are you sure you want to do this, Aidan?
Why do they...
You are slightly distracted.
Okay. When Walz goes out and says the shit that he does, who's he appealing to?
Who?
When Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, goes out and says the shit that he does, why is he saying that? To who's he appealing to?
It depends. With this case,
come
he is trying to appeal
He's appealing to his base.
His base.
In this case, he's trying to appeal to the mad radicals specifically.
His base.
It's more complicated
That's his base.
That's not his entire base by any means.
Oh god.
The other people he's appealing to.
Besides which, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to do democracy. He's not, because he's rigged in, most likely.
Oh my god, that's also how democracy works.
Yes, no, it's not.
Can you
monarchy is when there's no king. Yeah, that works.
What?
That's a terrible.
Are you sure you want to have this conversation, Aidan? Because I can very easily defend my positions, but we've done this to death, and it's off topic. Yes, I very much can, Spoon. I know it bothers you, Spoon, but yes, I can.
Yes, because you're an idiot.
All right.
Got him. Absolutely got him.
Can you say that you truly believe that the vast majority of people, let's just say even half of people, let's say half of people who vote in elections vote for people that they just like? They don't vote based on anything other than what letter is next to their name.
As I said, calling it a popularity contest is not strictly... Calling it a popularity contest is not strictly wrong, but it's trivializing the value in that.
No, it's not.
The reasons that people vote. Okay, so imagine two different reasons people might vote. One is intellectual reasons and one is intuitive reasons. Both have pros and cons. Both can be right or wrong for different reasons. Intellectual reasons tend to be far wronger when they are wrong, but intuitive reasons are more sort of stable in the middle, but they don't tend to see subtleties. Both have value. And so we use them to maintain accountability within the system. Now, you can't measure a system that's dropped accountability because of monopolies forming in democracy as a model of democracy, though you are, much as I wouldn't measure a corrupt monarchy as a model for monarchy.
Yes,
again, we can do this if you want, but I'm not sure it's the topic you want to cover today.
No, I don't. I want to finish covering this. But
and let's agree to disagree respectfully.
Okay, all right, fine. Fine.
I don't mind, but I don't think you want to.
I don't. Look, I'm trying to enjoy, or not really enjoy, because I do like Papa Gut. I'm trying to enjoy Papa Gut's crash out. I don't need another crash out.
That is a great freeze frame, by the way.
It is.
Stupid? Get your shit together and stop fucking supporting lies. This is so basic. It's Google searches, dude. It's Google searches. It's Google searches. How hard is a Google search?
Apparently really fucking hard, Papa Gut. Because you can't do it.
He's at the wrong fucking place.
No, he's not.
He's at the wrong place. It's a Google search. How many people failed to Google search every fucking video? Is it intentional or is it on accident? You put such a high expectation of success onto yourself, and then you fail to Google search.
I mean, high expectation of success is his second video on this.
How is he screaming this hard at a Google search gone wrong?
Well, Google search is not going wrong.
All of this shit that's gone
the one who
viral
fucked it up.
and all of this shit that's been happening is because a Google search went wrong. Like that's.
He thinks that he's figured it out.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm just looking at it going, what? How?
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy.
Holy fuck, that's crazy though, guys.
It is.
That's crazy. I love it. I love how crazy it is. I'm the both sides guy. I call out extremism everywhere, unless it's in front of my fucking face and I make money on it. Then I don't call it out, because I don't give a shit. Because it's not about being right, it's about wanting to seem right. I want people to like me.
This is so ironic.
I'd say
so funny.
That's a lot of projection.
Yeah.
I want people on Twitter to like me. A bunch of fuck.
By the way, Caleb Hammer does not want people to like him. That, like, his whole personality is based on him yelling at people over their stupid financial decisions. Yeah, but he yells at them when they make really legitimately retarded financial decisions and spend $100,000 on stupid fucking shit and get into generational debt. Papa Gut is screaming because he fucked up a Google search, doesn't realize it because he's not done his due diligence, and instead just expects that Caleb hasn't done it and Nick Shirley hasn't done it.
Fucking losers who sit all day on the internet being racist to like me.
That's a funny super chat. Just popping in. A husband introduced me to you guys when you were dating as a sort of shit test.
Huh?
Read the super chat on the screen.
Writer Jane for 5 says, just popping in, the husband introduced me to you guys when we were dating as a sort of shit test. We're expecting our son number 2 in under 48 hours. Wish us luck. Holy shit, congratulations. That's so awesome. Let's fucking go. It's second generation shit posters. Let's go. Congratulations, guys. And good luck. Ardent Party for 2 says, cheap Ed, follow Ardent plays on Elmer. Yes. With Coda, or no, W. Oh, I see. It's an emoji. Yeah, for sure. Check out Ardent Party's channel. It's on? Where'd you say it was?
Lucian makes a good point. His beard reminds me of the. His beard reminds me of the Family Guy episode where he keeps the pigeons, or like the baby birds in his beard. It doesn't remind me of that.
Lucian, the Witch for 5 says, this bastard needs to learn how to trim facial hair before I'll listen to a single opinion he has. He reeks, his opinion reek of jealousy disguised. Yeah, in this case, he says in his quote-unquote apology that
he's apologized.
Like I said, it's a quote-unquote apology. He did apologize to he didn't apologize to Nick Shirley. He apologized to Caleb Hammer, his friend, and then essentially just says Trump made him do it. That Donald Trump forced him to have this crash out. Yeah.
You should blame Trump for the beard as well, because that's a pretty unpopular feature as far as chat's concerned.
Yeah.
I want racists to like me. Hey guys, look at me. I'm a pick-me fucking Asian. I want racists to love me. This is insane. And you want to know why I'm so angry?
Because is there any arbitrary characteristic that you're not going to turn into a problem, mate?
I know. This is a crazy crash out.
A fucking friend with, but you can't do basic fucking Google searches or ask basic questions. Guys, what's Google? What is Google? How does Google work? How do we do Google? Wait a minute, they're here and they're supposed to be here. Fuck you. What are you doing? You're pathetic. This is fucking ridiculous. This is the sum of your content. This is what the sum of your content has been, Caleb.
I love how he's still yelling that you can't do a Google search, and he goes and repeats it, and it's still apparently wrong.
It's still wrong. Yeah.
Some of your content has been, ever since you started this live show, the sum of your content has been zero fact checking and just being completely willfully ignorant.
I've just noticed the Funko Pops.
Of course he has a bunch of Funko Pops.
How many?
He's been on
views?
Caleb's live show.
Also, how many views has Nick has? This whole thing with Nick has gone fucking massively viral.
Oh yeah.
So to suggest that, look, it's just incompetent Google searching for literally something that people have seen millions of times now.
And somehow he's the only one who's noticed it.
Yeah, just how, why are you doing this? It's not even a good crash out. It's just fucking dumb.
Because he's convinced. He is desperately looking for an own for Nick Shirley to be wrong on something. So
but
he has
like the shittest ego cope.
What I think happened is someone in his chat told him this, and he just, like Hassan Piker, believes it uncritically, doesn't bother to actually check the addresses, and had a massive crash out.
So that you can be popular or whatever you want. I fucking defended the shit out of you. Are you kidding me? And I wasn't wrong. I don't defend people because I'm friends with them.
Oh my God, Aiden, that's where you get it from.
What?
The way he just said, "Are you kidding me?" You say that.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, it's just an American thing.
Sure, apparently I let some of my bias leak through. This is the weak men making...
Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony.
He really... This is a good argument for remaining somewhat objective and not just, like, barreling down on something, because if you don't know you're right, you're just going wronger and wronger and wronger the further you go.
And the thing about Papa Gut is that he is a very emotional guy, and he talks about his wife and how much he loves his wife constantly. That's kind of like his thing, is how much he loves his fucking wife. He's very, and his emotions, and how he has very strong emotions, how he cries, and he gets, very emotional about things all the time. So he's open about that. So it's very funny that he would call anyone else a weak man.
Time's hard for everybody. Stop being a weak man. What the fuck happened? Do you understand that this isn't just online slop? This can have very real consequences to the rest of the world. Of energy. It's the wrong place. It's the wrong place. It's not the same place.
So
listen to anyone talking about being wrong discipline who has tits the size of my head.
Yeah. So they've cut up this a little bit, because I've seen the full stream, and this is nothing important is getting cut out. At one point, his camera does get frozen. He still goes on this, and then like this last little bit here, it's just right before he cuts the stream off. You'll see when he realizes that he's fucked up, he just cuts the stream and deletes it.
I've already showed that like 5 times. It's not the same place. It's not the same place at all. It's not the same place. Just to be absolutely clear. So I'm just letting you guys know it is not the same place. I'll show it one more time. How is this the same place?
Oops.
This is Cedar Avenue. Dude, I think I'm going to start banning you all. I think
I'm going to start banning people for pointing out that he's got the address wrong.
I have to start banning all of you. This is South 6th Street. Am I fucking crazy? What are you talking about?
It's not South 6th Street.
Oh, shit, dude, I'm fucking dumb.
Uh-huh.
I just crashed out for nothing. Holy fuck. Dude.
Right, he admits it. That's to his credit. When he finds out, he admits it.
Then he deletes the stream.
Okay,
right?
so I gotta again, slight devil's advocate on that. When you probably know this, Aiden, you do Spoon, you've dabbled in content creation. If you've ever said something that you found out later wasn't true, if you were honest enough to admit it, is it right to take it down so that you're not misinforming people, or leave it up for posterity so that it doesn't look like you're trying to hide it? What's actually the right thing to do in that case? Chat, give me a 1 or 2. Is it right to take something down if it's wrong, or is it right to leave it up so that you're not trying to hide it? 1 or 2. Or does it depend on the circumstances?
I don't know. If it were me, I probably...
I've done one thing wrong in about 1,000 videos.
See what I mean, Spoon? It's about willingness to admit it.
Yeah, and then I just corrected it in the next video.
Yeah, I think if it were me, I would want to delete the stream, but I think I'd leave it up and correct it the next time I streamed.
Yeah, I even still remember what it was.
Yeah, probably an apology to the beginning. Honestly,
what I'm seeing from both chats here, from my server and from your chat, is mixed, really mixed. So it's genuinely a difficult question. This one,
I think it is. I don't personally. I think I would leave it up and then make a correction on the next stream. That's what I would do, but have it there for posterity, so that people know what the fuck I'm talking about, and because it also looks like you're trying to hide it. And particularly when it was that kind of level of crash out at his personal friend. Yeah. You know it's going to get clipped anyway. So you should probably leave the whole VOD up so you have the full context. The full context does not make it any better.
People are going to mock you for deleting it.
Yes, and now you're going to get made fun of for deleting it. So here's his quote-unquote apology. I'm going to let it play for just about... I'm going to skip around a little bit. Because he rambles... There's a point, though. He gets to his actual point here at about the 9-minute mark.
Happy 2026 to me. Yeah, man. So I kind of woke up to this post that it looks like the entirety of my incredibly pathetic and embarrassing crash out. I mean, let's just be absolutely real from my stream yesterday. And I kind of want to address it. There's 3 big things I'm not happy with myself with. And I'm going to go in least severe to most severe. Just to get it out there. Mostly an apology to Caleb Hammer. I've already talked to him privately, but I'm pretty sure he hadn't seen this yet. And this is horrible. Like, I'm very upset with myself now. It's just a nasty person. What a piece of shit I am. So I wanted to talk about that and kind of just clear it out and get it out there and say my piece. And yeah, so move on. I mean, what else are we going to do? So I had a stream yesterday. I had a stream where I was reacting to Nick Shirley's newest video. Absolute banger from Shirley. Thank you so much, King. Keep it real, King. You know what I mean? But okay, I got to stop being stupid.
Yeah, he can't. This is apology. And he's got to do a snarky little comment about Nick Shirley. Because Nick Shirley commented, you can see it here. I got people to publicly defend fraud and then realize I'm right and say I just crash out for nothing. Why can't people just accept the truth? Everyone watch until the end when he realizes he's wrong. Yeah. And
in the stream, I had, like I said, a pathetic, embarrassing crash out. I went off on something that I was super wrong about too. And when I realized it, I said something along the lines of I just crashed out for nothing and I turned the stream off and I put it on private. Obviously, let's be real, hoping that people wouldn't see it. It's an embarrassing moment, but they have. And, that's just kind of the way that things work on the internet. It's been a while since I've been relevant enough to capture some of my streams. If I want to be more mainstream, I got to be more productive and intelligent about the way that I express myself.
Yeah.
This is pretty big.
That is not how you become mainstream.
No, but this got him a lot of attention. Just not very good attention. He's a small streamer. How
you become mainstream is to pick a side and then yell talking points all damn day long.
I mean, I haven't watched a stream from him live in a while, but he gets probably
Spoon, that was a revealing comment.
We get.
Well, yeah, that's because how democracy works. Anyway.
Wow, Spoon, you would. Sounds like you're a big supporter of democracy the way you're acting.
He
no.
rambles mostly for a lot of this. I'm going to skip to the part. He goes over it. He realizes, yes, he's made a mistake. He fucked up. But then right around the 9-minute mark is when he gets to what the actual fucking problem is, which is not... Most of this is rambling. And apologizing to Caleb Hammer, not apologizing to Nick Shirley. Then it's around 9 minutes, so we'll start there.
When he got elected when Trump specifically...
Oh, sorry.
A lot of people who wouldn't resonate with that message... they wouldn't be like, oh, that makes sense, especially people on Twitter. But for me, it's been very frustrating since he got elected. When he got elected when Trump specifically we're talking about, when he got elected the first time, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. And it didn't seem to be super productive. We ended up voting him out in the midterms. And this time around, it's been more frustrating. There's a lot of things that have been very frustrating. The most recent stuff, like the constant threat of our allies. Some unnecessary tariffs, for instance, with Canada. And I'm going to over-explain.
Okay. He rambles for 9 minutes. And then to explain why he had this insane crash out at his personal friend, it's because Trump's in office. And then he goes on to just ramble about Trump for the next 8 minutes. Fucking pathetic. Trump made me do it. Trump made me crash out. These people legitimately cannot fucking help themselves. I've got 2 little things here to wrap up on. They can't help themselves.
There was a funny video with Asmongold, actually.
Oh, did Asmon react to this?
No, he reacted to what I can only describe as quite a literal NPC.
Yeah, I've not seen that. I'll check it out. Look for it.
Secrets you didn't...
So this guy.
Why does everyone have the same physiognomy?
This Gen X. So he's wearing his "Immigrants Make America Great" hat. He has found something incredibly damning about ICE. Right? Watch this.
Internet secrets you didn't know existed, part 1. Did you know that if you go here
to Nazis.us. Now, there's something I'd like you to see on this freeze frame here.
Blue Sky version of 4chan.
Huh?
It's like the Blue Sky version of 4chan.
He's got Meta and X open. But if you got Nazis, you go to Nazis.us. This is apparently, that redirects to the Department of Homeland Security. But if you look down in the search history, you'll see domain portfolio Nazis.us. Oops.
What's wrong with that, Aiden?
is.us.
I'll show you in a minute.
It takes you to our Homeland Security website where you can become a Homeland Defender.
Wow, they're so blatant. Nazis.us. That's his domain. He bought it. That's his fucking domain.
Yeah, that's a little bit blatant, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Did you know, when you buy a domain, you can pay like £1 or £2 or dollars, very cheap, for domain privacy, which means that essentially a proxy company will enter its details into the name and address fields for you, and then they store your record. So if you need to be contacted, they will proxy it, basically. That's very cheap. Can you show me that first screenshot of the registrant contract again? Contact?
Yeah.
That sure is him, and that sure is what he did instead of spending a couple of dollars to hide his identity. Because I know GoDaddy provides that because everyone does.
This guy's running for Congress, by the way.
Ooh.
No, he isn't.
I don't know how much longer he is. I want to end on something.
Save some IQ for the rest of us.
I know. We'll talk more about the fraud and stuff that's been going on in Minnesota, but this has just been so long. I'm running out of energy. We did start a little bit late, but we're going to be streaming again in just a few days. This is a good point.
I made this point about Fields, yeah. Well, a point about Fields. Sorry, go on.
Well, a lot of people have, because it's obvious. I mean, it's just the obvious.
Well, thanks, Aiden.
No, because I made it too.
You are stating the obvious, quote unquote, way after I did, or I was first to punch on that one, I guess.
Have made this.
Yeah, but I made it
analogy. Best. I'm sure you did. In 2017, a violent mob of Antifa members, terrorists, attacked Alex Fields' car. So he feared for his life and accelerated. One of the people who attacked his car was armed with an AR-15, that scary gun, that scary assault rifle, what they think AR stands for, and not fucking Armalite.
If I remember correctly, they also smashed his back window.
Yes. There was a guy with a gun aimed at his head who admitted to it at the time and was bragging about it. And by the way, the guy with the gun, with the AR-15, who aimed it at James Fields' head, is a professor. He didn't, as far as I know, he didn't get, any kind of kickback or pushback from his university. He didn't get in trouble. A professor aimed a gun at him. Obese woman died of a heart attack after contact. For that, he received 2 life sentences plus 419 years. An Antifa professor named Dwayne Dixon, who has now fled the country. Oh my God, I knew about the story. I didn't actually know that this has happened. Who's now fled the country to avoid FBI investigation of Antifa terrorism, literally admitted to chasing James with a firearm. Dixon was also charged with 2 misdemeanors during a different event, one of which was going armed to the terror of people. Liberals jeered as Fields was sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 419 years for accelerating his car in an attempt to escape a violent mob which was bearing down on it, and actively attacking his car in an attempt to get at him. Leftists were literally brandishing firearms at him, and he was sentenced to prison for 2 life sentences plus 419 years for trying to escape. And now that an ICE officer shoots and kills a woman who was trying to run him over and kill him, the left suddenly is pretending that attacking people with a car isn't a real threat. because it's only a real threat when a right-winger bumps a fat woman with his car and she dies hours later of a heart attack. When radical leftists like Hassan incite the murder of conservatives and conservative politicians and then try to literally murder law enforcement, apparently it just doesn't matter. Yeah. I think that's the big takeaway of this entire thing. They're pearl-clutching about this incident. Again, I'm not celebrating that this woman is dead. However, the stark contrast that it bears to what happened to James Fields is it's stark. It's astonishing. Anyway, that's been the coverage of the Renee Good and shooting and the just chaos in Minnesota. And it's, again, we didn't even have time to get into all the fraud because that's a whole nother layer. I just wanted to focus on this stuff. On Wednesday, we'll cover all the other things that have happened. We'll get into Iran. We'll get into Greenland. We'll get into more of the fraud that is happening all over the country. But I wanted to really focc on this because I am also doing a video on it.
Please try so we can disband NATO and go back to normal, real politics.
I know. I hope they do disband NATO, but it probably won't happen. It would be great if Trump could do one thing.
Sure, that's the best idea.
NATO.
I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it, but
the American Empire is good.
I think the opposition to the US from a continental European makes some sense within the frame of a continental European, but unfortunately nothing they do ever makes sense. As the better kind of European, the British European, I recognize that America is a great ally than most of Europe actually is in practice. We just have a shitty leader right now.
Someone said Amelia. We will cover Amelia, but I'll play us out with an Amelia.
Amelia, my beloved.
Yes, mine as well. We all love Amelia. Amelia's taken the world by storm by being based. I don't normally like AI slop, but this went really hard.
This video is very good. This is very good.
This went really hard, so we'll end on this then, because this is based.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram! Haram!
But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I'm getting that.
Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, packy wankers! The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. We don't need 2 million Indians here to make it for us. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen! It's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav? Posh? Doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you, the Hull City Council, for granting us by complete accident with this glorious material for inspiring the people of the greatest nation on earth.
Why am I playing Boomer Slop? I did say I don't normally play AI stuff. I don't really like AI stuff. But I do love... I love Amelia posting because we'll talk about it on Wednesday. But
not
the
enough
whole
women
city
say
council,
the phrase wanker.
Yeah, released a video game that was designed to get young, age 12 to 18 students put in fucking prison. Okay,
I think calling it a video game I think calling it a video game is pretty fucking generous. It was a glorified PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, a very simple interactive PowerPoint presentation that they called a video game, sure. And that's that used for some reason a purple-haired woman as the avatar of
I reckon they picked her because it was just the last person they could imagine actually holding that position.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they made the terrible mistake of using a female, which meant now she's a waifu, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Indeed. Lucy and the Witch for 2 says, AI is wonderful. Y'all seen the video Leaflet made?
Yeah.
No, I've not.
V played it on his one.
Oh, did it on his stream?
Yeah, it was like a wholesome trailer of someone who joins ICE.
Oh, this, yeah. Is this one it?
I think I saw this, yeah. I think I showed you this, Aiden.
This one's, yeah, you showed me this, yeah. I'll just play this. This is only a minute, yeah. The anime version. But for some reason it's in Japanese.
Put on the dub! Put on the dub!
どうして行かないなんて言ったんだろう君はただ僕らの未来を送ってくれていたのに
行こう世界を変えに
残念ねチャーリー君そんな有害な考えを持っているなんて更生施設に入ってもらうわね許されることではないの
あのアメリアって子はまったく悪影響なんだよ
文化を守りたいっていう気持ちのどこが悪いの？みんな自分の生まれた国や文化が大事なはずでしょう。悪いことだなんて私には思えない。
This could really go a long way. Like, I would hella watch this anime. Someone needs to make it.
Yeah, Amelia the Last Rose of Albion, let's go! People are making apparently a full game. A lot of people are, you know... Aiden, is it a legit translation? Yeah. It's pretty close.
Aiden doesn't speak the language, so I appreciate you clarifying that, chat.
English or Japanese?
No, Nipponese.
Okay, right. Anywho, guys, we will see you in just a couple days on Wednesday. And, yeah,